1-2 pitch. It's a changeup that's lined into center field, and it's a base hit in front of Merritt, who throws it to the plate, but scoring standing up. Actually, they had to wait. Dugan hesitated because the ball looked like it may have been caught that line drive, so Hahn actually gets only to third base as Dugan races across the plate. It's a base hit, an RBI, and the Vikings strike first. 2-0 pitch. This ball slicing down the right field line. That ball is going to fall fair in front of the right fielder, Peterson. Scoring from second will be Smeltzer. Lauren Kirby with a 2-out RBI. It is 4-0 Edco in the lead. And here's a ball that is a high fly ball to center field. On the run is Merritt. Merritt reaches up for it. It's over her head. It'll roll to the fence. They'll score 2. As Dugan scores, they'll wave Hahn around from third. They actually put the brakes on Hahn late. She'll go back to third base. Eckelceder goes into second base with a double. The 1-2 offering, and it's a ball that is lined into center field. That's a base hit. Hit the edge of the grass. It is fielded immediately by Merritt. Quickly gets it into the infield. That will hold the runner at third base in Kirby, but it's a base hit for Hover and an RBI. It is now 6-1 Edco in the lead. And they send runners from second to third. It's a double steal. The throw gets by the third baseman, Barker. It's going to go into left field. Hahn pops up, races to the plate, slides in safe, and the game is over. Vikings were playing for a run, staying aggressive, and Hahn and also the runner Vasky, second and third steal. The errant throw leads to the game-closing run, and the Vikings move on to Friday nights. They win by a final score of 9-1. The best tournament action is on KCTN FM 100. It's a Class 1A regional semifinal tonight on KCTN. In our featured matchup, Don Bosco is at Edco. Don Bosco sharp in their tourney win over Lone Tree. It's an improved team from a season ago. They look forward to this tourney rematch. The Vikings jumped out early and took care of Springville the last round. This focus team looks for a win to return to the regional final for the third year in a row. The winner moves into Monday's game for state. Don Bosco and Edco. Tonight's On Deck show coming up next.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmers.realfood.realmeat.com.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned, and Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank, we're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Nutrient Ag Solutions in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot Liquidation Center in Petersburg, Edgewood Farm and Home, Edgy Megs, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Forever Cabinets by Kendrick, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Woods Edge Golf Course, Four Scoops and More in Colesburg, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Bloom's Flowers Gifts and More in Edgewood, and J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. We begin the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by Don Bosco, Coach Corey Christensen. Coach, your team now 20-13. Good win last round, defeated Lone Tree 10-3. Tell me about that game.
The key to that game was, and the key to the last couple weeks of our season is, we're getting production up and down the lineup. 1 through 9. Everybody's contributing. And, that's what you're going to have at this time of the year if you, want to continue and move on.
All right, let's talk about this team offensively. You mentioned a number of kids contributing. Tell me about some of your top hitters.
Well, my top hitters are Rachel Nepper, Kennedy McGarvey, Maya Ortner, Natalie Miller, and they're like my 2, 3, 4, 5. But one of the main reasons why we're having some success is our leadoff is getting on base and, in front of our big hitters and Elena Hellman, which is, allowing us to score runs.
All right, now let's talk about pitching-wise. I know a couple of kids have contributed for you. Do you know who you're starting today?
Yeah, we're starting Addie Steenblock. She's an 8th grader. She's pitched really well for us all year. She's grown up. I mean, when season first started, she was an 8th grader, and I think she was a little nervous, and, she was having trouble finding the strike zone. But as the season's progressed, I mean, she's just gotten better and better and stronger. So she's able to, finish games, and she's just throwing really well for us right now. So that's who we're going to roll with tonight. All
right, let's talk about Edco. I know you faced them last year in the postseason, played them, I believe, earlier this year as well. What do you know about them?
We have not played them this year yet. We've seen them at a couple tournaments. Played them last year. We're going to have to. They got a real strong pitcher. She's a great player. She's not only a good pitcher, she's probably one of their better hitters. She is probably their best hitter, one of the better hitters in the state. We just have to do what we have to do, what we've been doing the last 2 weeks. Our defense needs to make the plays they can make. Our pitchers need to hit their spots and do their job. And then our batters, we need to come up with timely hits when, we have girls on base so we can score runs.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
You betcha. Don Bosco softball coach Corey Christensen on his program. The On Deck Show continues after this. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
We are happy to announce we are once again performing cataract surgery right here at home. This is Jessica Jones, surgery supervisor. We welcome Dr. Cancel from Gunderson, who performs this surgery monthly at our local surgery suite and holds consultations at Gunderson Eye Clinic, Waukon. Dr. Cancel is a wonderful addition to our surgery team, and we're so happy he's here. Call us today for more information.
Hey Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Energy consumers everywhere are getting calls and texts from scammers. The callers threaten to shut off their power if payment is not made immediately. Don't fall for it. Never give out financial or personal information to someone who calls claiming to be from your provider. When in doubt, always call your utility and get the facts. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Subdrains in Strawberry Point, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. We continue the On Deck show for tonight's game. We're joined by Edco softball coach Taylor Huber. Coach, your team now 32-7. Good win the other night against Springville, 9-1 in 6 innings. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, it was a pretty good all-around win. Our girls, I thought, we scored every inning, so that's always big. That means everybody in the order is contributing. If you're scoring every inning, that means people are getting on base every spot in the order and finding ways to keep that lineup moving and get those runners across. So that was really awesome. And our defense, and Rachel only had 4 strikeouts, but our defense was super solid. Really just had the one error that really was a tough one. The girl plowed into Kenna at home, and she dropped it. So I don't know if I necessarily had to count it as an error, but I didn't want to because that really, other than that, we were super clean defensively.
All right, now let's talk about offensively here, and tell me a little bit about some of the girls who have been contributing for you throughout the year.
Yeah, so our top 4, again, the last game it was our top 3, but, Kenna's still hitting like 450 in that 4 spot. But those girls really make us go. They got on. They each had 2 hits, those top 3 girls, and Faith, Kate, and Rachel. And, Faith and Kate get on. Their speed is super lethal and really helps us get them in scoring position, and then, usually Rachel or Kenna's able to hit them in, and then our bottom of the order has been doing a good job of turning it over. Ava had a good big hit the other night. It was good to see her get going again with that RBI.
All right, now
in the 4th inning.
Yeah, pitching-wise, I know, again, you've thrown a couple of kids, but Rachel obviously getting the start for you, and even though only 4 strikeouts the other night, still very effective the way she pitched.
Yeah, she definitely commanded the zone. I thought the umpire's zone got a little tighter as the game went, so she had a couple strikeouts early, and then she kind of had to really, she had to really throw it in the zone, whereas normally she can kind of hit those corners really well. But it was fine because he was consistent both ways, and it definitely worked to our advantage offensively too. But no, if she's able to get those corners, she's really tough, and Don Bosco's got some good hitters, so we'll have to be hitting our spots for sure. You mentioned Don Bosco, some good hitters. What else do you know about him? Yeah, that McGarvey, they're 2, 3, 4. I think hitters are obviously key to get those girls out. The McGarvey girl in the 3-hole is really good. She's been around a long time. I remember her from last year, playing them. She's got a lot of power. Hopefully our big outfield, big field kind of plays to our advantage, and that way we can use our speed and go run down some balls. Maybe that would be out on other fields. Yeah. But we'll have to be a little choosy on, how we're going to pitch to her and the 4-hitter, probably especially. We might, if situations arise, we might have to pitch around them. We'll kind of see what
how the game's going. But other than that, we're really going to go at the bottom of their order and, try not to give them any free bases and be solid defensively so we can limit how many times we have to face those good hitters at the top.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Sounds good.
Edco softball coach Taylor Huber on our Viking program. The On Deck Show continues after this.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Gothenburg and Elkader, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Gothenburg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at gothenburghospital.org. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barons along with Coach Mike Sass. We welcome you to Farley, the Western Dubuque softball field in a Class 1A. It's a regional semifinal today. It's part of our day-night doubleheader. We've got a baseball game coming up a little bit later on, but softball action first off here today with a 3:30 start with Edco and Don Bosco. The Dons come in 20-13. Vikings come in with a record of 32-7. We already know the winner of this ball game will have to go to Wapsie Valley on Monday night. Wapsie Valley advanced with a 10-5 win over Kalamazoo-Wheatland. Let's talk about this matchup.
Yeah, should be a great game. Field looks great. Weather's great. What an improvement from yesterday. Rematch from last year. These two teams played last year. I think maybe even the same round.
Yes.
So yeah, should be a great matchup. Edco looking to keep things going. State qualifier last year, trying to get back there, and Don Bosco trying to get back there this year.
Yeah, they made every effort to try to play this game, but we saw photos of the Colesburg field last night, and the question was, could they get it ready for a turnaround for today? And that was going to be the question, and they decided, well, we need to find another location. The state did, and so we're certainly glad that Western Dubuque stepped up in this ball game tonight. Let's talk about Don Bosco first off here. This is a team offensively that has 4 girls putting together outstanding stats. Kennedy McGarvey batting .495 on the season, Maya Ortner .460 on the season, Rachel Nepper batting .377, and Natalie Miller batting .330. Again, that's the heart of their lineup.
Yeah, the McGarvey girl really stands out there. I think she's double-digit home runs as well, so she kind of makes them go, but she's got help around her in this lineup as well.
Yeah, 10 home runs, 34 runs driven in. They've thrown a number of different kids this season, splitting the duties basically with 8th grader Adeline Steenbrock and senior Natalie Miller, but they will go with the 8th grader, left-handed Adeline Steenbrock, who's been outstanding for them. 13-5, has thrown 106 innings, only allowed 72 hits, 33 earned runs, has walked 40 and struck out 131 with a 2.18 earned run average.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers for an 8th grader. And then being left-handed, something a little bit different. Edco doesn't see that a lot, so might throw them off as well.
And it's hard to believe that these two teams did not play at all this year because they play in so many different tournaments. And again, both these teams getting over 30-plus games in on their schedule this year. So the Dons come in with a record of 20-13 as they picked up a nice win at Lone Tree. Lone Tree was the higher-seeded team, but they won that ball game 10-3.
Yeah, so by seeding, that would be an upset, but probably two pretty evenly matched teams in that contest, but definitely a good win by Don Bosco there.
Let's start with Edco, and we're start talking about their pitching right away here in Rachel Eckelceder. 18-5, has thrown 150 innings, only allowed 103 hits, 30 earned runs, has walked 30, and struck out 245 batters in those 150 innings, an impressive ERA of 1.39.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only a junior. It seems like she's been there forever, but when she was pitching as an 8th grader, so she has been there quite a while. But just really impressive numbers. One of the better pitchers in Class 1A in the entire state. So yeah, they're really going to lean on her.
And this is a team that also has 4 hitters above 400. Eckelceder leads them with 523 batting average. Has driven in 66 runs on the season.
Yeah, so we talk about her in the circle, but she can do it at the plate with the bat as well.
And the other thing is they're getting speed at the top of the lineup. Caitlin Hahn batting .407. McKenna Hofer's had a good season, batting .466. Faith Dugan batting .450. So you're talking about lineup-wise there. At the top, you've got Dugan and Hahn both batting over 400.
Yeah, and those two can run. And then we talk about Eckelceder, and then Vasky comes in to run for her, and she can run as well. So basically their top 3 base runners are some of the fastest base runners you're going to see.
Yeah, Dugan's 33 of 33. Hans 40 of 40. Stealing-wise, Vasky is 39 of 41. Edco as a team has stolen 149 bases, and it is Don Bosco. They have, again, had 78 attempts and 73 stolen bases. Now, as far as catching-wise, this will be interesting tonight because, again, we've got a couple of really good catchers, but Nepper for Don Bosco this year, she has thrown out 3 base runners, only 10 stolen bases allowed, period.
Yeah, so that'll be a good matchup with those top 3 girls for Edco, their speed versus Nepper's arm behind the plate.
And Hofer for Edco, by the way, has only allowed 25 stolen bases and has thrown out 3 runners this year. So you figure that's going to be a factor in this ball game, the running game for both of these teams, and we know that Edco is the more aggressive team. Let's go through the starting lineups. Let's start with Don Bosco. Elena Hellman, the third baseman, bats leadoff. Rachel Nepper is the catcher. She'll bat second. Kennedy McGarvey, the shortstop, bats third. Maya Ortner is the designated player, batting fourth. Natalie Miller, the first baseman, batting fifth. Paisley Parker, the left fielder, bats sixth. Sam Schmitz, the right fielder, bats seventh. Audrey Tomei, the center fielder, bats eighth. Cambry Yoder is the second baseman, batting in the number 9 spot. And the pitcher in the number 10 spot in the lineup is Abby Steenblock, the left-hander there again for Don Bosco. For Edco, let's go through the Vikings lineup. Faith Dugan, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Caitlin Hahn, the center fielder, bats second. Rachel Eckelceder, the pitcher, bats third. And McKenna Hofer, the catcher, bats cleanup again. They are the top 4 leading hitters. Chloe Everett batting fifth, playing third base. Andy Smeltzer, the second baseman, bats sixth. Lauren Kirby, the first baseman, bats seventh. Kara Knipper, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Ava Hofer is the left fielder, batting ninth. It's important to point out that Edco has gotten production from the bottom of the lineup throughout this season, and it was really part of the that went into their win the other night.
Yeah, absolutely. They're top four, lead them stat-wise, and they kind of feel like we can always count on those top four. But I was impressed with Schmelzer and Kirby and some of those girls towards the bottom of the lineup as well.
Obviously, you may hear the wind behind us in the headphones. We're up here looking over first base, just above, as a matter of fact, the Don Bosco dugout. But the wind is howling here, and it is blowing straight out to left field. And we saw a number of fly balls in the outfield going over the heads of outfielders. That's going to be a factor in the ballgame. The good news is the sun's out, and there's no rain in the forecast, but it is windy down here.
Yeah, something, we haven't as much rain as we've had. We haven't had a lot of wind lately, but we've got some tonight. And if any of these hitters can get one elevated to left field, that wind's going to help push it out.
And we do know that we have teams that do have some home run potential, and see if that figures into the ball game. And it also figures into the pitching in this ball game as they look to keep the ball down and, again, to not give up any long shots. So this is game one for us today. We have the day-night doubleheader. Game number two, we're actually just going to run down the road to Dyersville. We'll head on Highway 20 after this ball game, and that will be MFL Marmac taking on Beckman. That is a Class 2A sub-state semifinal in baseball. The On Deck Show begins at 6:30. Hoping to make it there by then. We should. And the game time is at 7 o'clock, and that's a good baseball matchup looking ahead.
Yeah, should be a fun day of softball, baseball, and yeah, that should be a great game tonight. Beckman maybe doesn't quite have the record that you'd expect from them, but they're still Beckman. They've still got a very good team, and the Bulldogs playing some really good baseball right now. Had a tremendous game against Marquette.
Yeah, glad it worked out schedule-wise for us to be able to do this game this afternoon here in Western Dubuque, and then tonight at Beckman. We caught a break there.
Yeah.
No doubt schedule-wise there today. Let's talk about keys in this ball game. First off here for Don Bosco. Again, this involves them putting the ball into play.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that Springville did really well against Rachel Eggleseder the other night. They didn't strike out much. Now, they didn't have many hits. I think maybe one or two, but they put the ball in play, forced Edco to play defense, and I think Don Bosco's got to do the same thing tonight.
And they struck out all of 4 times. Springville did the other night. So try to put the ball into play. Good things happen when you put the ball into play. The other thing is for Edco offensively, again, let's get on the base paths here and let's use your speed.
Yeah, really put the pressure on. We talked about how speed can hurry up the defense, force them into errors. So they want to get those top 3 girls on, use their speed, score some runs early. We've also talked about when you're the favorite, it's nice to get up early and then see if you can just coast to the end.
A lot of people ask, how does this Edco team compare to a team a season ago? And I think you said it best the other night we were talking. They're just different. It's not the same team.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know that they're better or worse or whatever, but they're a little bit different. And they do bring back a lot of players from last year, but it's kind of a different team. They've got a little bit more speed this year. Last year they probably had a little bit more power. So it's a little bit of a different team. Still a very good team, though.
All right, so for Edco, we mentioned putting the ball into play here, but if that's what they want to do offensively here, let the top of the lineup set the table. But defensively, again, it's just about making the routine plays.
Yeah, they know Rachel Eggleseder is probably going to get them a few outs via the strikeout. So any balls that are hit to the field, they've got to play clean defensively. They did that against Springville. If they can do that tonight, that'll be huge as well.
And again, we have Eggleseder averaging basically close to a strikeout and a half an inning. That's been the problem for the teams that have faced her there, is the ability to put the ball into play. But as you know as I do, you continue to advance in the tournament, the bats get better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. She's going to keep seeing better hitters the further Edco goes here, and that's going to be the case tonight against Don Bosco
Don Bosco wearing their blue uniforms, tops there and the pants as well, with Don Bosco in white with the yellow trim across the front. Vikings are wearing their black uniform pants there, and they have the gray tops with the pinstripes. And again, they have the Vikings across the front of their jerseys. So they've announced the starting lineups. They continue to do that, actually. We'll take a break. When we return, the opening pitch coming up from the Class 1A regional semifinal. Again, Wapsie Valley advanced earlier 10-5, so the winner of this ball game heads to Wapsie on Monday nights. You've been listening to the On Deck Show from KCTN Sports.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right, 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Myers Auto Service in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. Welcome back to Farley. It is game number 1 today here on KCTN. Don Bosco and Edco, our umpires for tonight's ball game. I believe it's Jeff Kerr behind the plate. Alan Hertzman is the third base official. Jeff Niehaus is our first base official. Good to see him for this ball game tonight. For Don Bosco, Elena Hellman, Rachel Nepper, and Kennedy McGarvey to lead things off in the top of the first inning. And the leadoff hitter up to bat is 27 of 99 for Don Bosco this season. First pitch from Rachel Eckelceder takes a healthy cut but cannot get to it. The count is 0-1. Edco defensively, Ava Hofer in left field, Caitlin Hahn in center, Kara Knipper in right field. We'll go through around the horn defensively in just a bit. The 0-1 offering there, and the ball popped up, fouled on the left field line out of play. The count is 0-2. Chloe Everett in left field, Faith Dugan at short, Eddie Smeltzer at second base, the first baseman Lauren Kirby, McKenna Hofer is your catcher, and again Rachel Eckelceder is on the mound, the 4-year pitcher for Edco, and ahead on the count. 0-2 offering. Rise ball stayed away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Eckelceder throws with good velocity and just moves the ball around so well.
Yeah, she's one of the harder throwers we see each year, and has done a good job starting ahead in this batter.
A ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch to Hellman, takes it low outside and away, and it goes to now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Great crowd on hand for this ball game tonight. This is the first time in all the years that we've been broadcasting we've done a game here at Farley at Western Dubuque. 2-2 pitch, rise ball that stays high. The count is 3-2. but a great setup here.
Yeah, they've got a really nice facility here. Baseball diamond on the other side of the concession stand in the middle. They got another softball diamond just across the way there.
3-2 pitch, swinging through the pitch upstairs is Hellman. Strikeout number 1 by Uncle Cedar. It's out number 1 here in the first.
Yeah, and that's what Edco needs. They need a few strikeouts from Eggle Cedar. That's what they're used to, and she does a great job getting the first bat.
Rachel Nepper is the catcher up to bat. Nepper this season, the number 2 hitter for them. Nepper is 40 of 106, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs, batting .377 on the season. Takes the first pitch, it's outside. The count is 1-0. So just underway here with game number 1 today here on KCTN. By the way, the bleachers are full behind the backstop area, and there's room for plenty. Those are the best seats in the house, just the way it's set up. And the 1-0 pitch high, count goes to 2-0 because the field actually sits down here at Western Dubuque. So you get to look down into it.
Yeah, and then not really anyone in the outfield, but there's no room behind the fence, really.
2-0 pitch, and she comes back, fires a strike on the outside, Echo Cedar does. The count is 2 balls and a strike. Corey Christensen is the head coach for Don Bosco. Taylor Huber, the head coach with Edco. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. Echo Cedar, the 2-1 pitch, rise ball, cannot get to it. Knepper swings right. It's Knipper on our end. It's Knepper on their end.
Yeah, 2 similar spellings. One we pronounce the K and one we don't.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes is now the count. So Echo Cedar, after falling behind 2-0, now even it up. 2-2 offering. Pitch just misses outside and away. Good take by Knepper. And we'll do it again. Full count on back-to-back hitters.
Yeah, she didn't miss by much there, but good discipline by the hitter.
And again, this will be a key is Don Bosco wanting to hit their pitch, not try to chase anything, but that's easier said than done. 3-2 pitch, and that ball's lined. Center shortstop Dugan jumps up for it and makes the play. Hard liner hit. Dugan took a step, able to jump up and catch the line drive to rob her of a hit. Nepper lines out sharply to short, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, I don't know how tall Faith Dugan is, but she used every inch of it there.
Kennedy McGarvey, the shortstop, is up to bat. McGarvey, 46 of 93, 13 doubles, a triple, 10 home runs, 34 RBIs, batting .495 on the season. And the pitch takes it outside and away. The count is 1-0. McGarvey is one of those players that has been on the field for Don Bosco for an eternity, and she is a senior and has continued to get better every single year.
Yeah, and she could put Don Bosco in the lead with one swing of the bat here.
And getting behind on the count is Echo Cedar. 1-0 offering, a bouncing ball foul past the third base bag down the left field line, and it goes to a ball and a strike. So 2 quick outs recorded by Edco here in the top of the first inning. Top of the lineup for Don Bosco as we begin this ball game. And this is where you want McGarvey up to bat. Nobody on.
If you're Edco, absolutely.
Yeah, and here is now the 1-1 pitch. McGarvey takes it. It's a called strike on the outside corner. Count goes to a ball in 2 strikes. So kind of keep an eye on that for both pitchers tonight. Do they get that outside strike that's kind of moving away from the hitter?
Yeah, low and outside. I think she wants to keep it right there. That's a hard one to hit out.
A ball in 2 strikes, 1-2 pitch. McGarvey takes it high and away, and we go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Or you just put it way up high and see if she'll chase.
And McGarvey, such a disciplined hitter, and wisely just stayed away from it. So evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Echo Cedars, 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball. Third baseman trying to glove it there is Everett. It's out of her reach. It's in foul territory anyway. On the left side of the bag, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that was that low and away pitch, too. So it seems like that's where they want to work McGarvey.
Started a few minutes late, actually, for this ball game today. Instead of 3:30, just a little bit after it. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And evened up to McGarvey. The 2-2 offering, swinging right through it is McGarvey. Second strikeout recorded by Uncle Cedar, and Don Bosco goes down in order in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, leaving nobody. We've played 1/2 inning. Don Bosco nothing. Edco coming to bat.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned, and Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank, We're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
Bottom of the first inning, Faith Dugan, Caitlin Hahn, Rachel Eckelceder to lead things off against left-hander Addie Steenblock. And the 1-0 pitch was, first pitch was called for a strike. This one is high. The count is 1-0. Hahn, 46 of 113, actually Dugan rather, up to bat. And Dugan is 63 of 140, batting .450, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs, and takes a good cut there but misses it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. For Don Bosco, Paisley Parker in left, Audrey Tomei in center, Sam Schmitz is in right field. Elena Hellman is at third. Kennedy McGarvey, their all-state shortstop. Cambry Yoder at second. At first base is Natalie Miller as Dugan takes the pitch outside, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rachel Nepper is the catcher. 8th grader Addie Steenblock is on the mound again for Don Bosco after the Dons go down in order in the top of the first. 2-2 pitch, swinging through it is Dugan. That's strikeout number 1 by Steenblock, and it's out number 1 here in the first.
Yeah, good start for Don Bosco. That's a big out getting that leadoff batter.
Caitlin Hahn, the center fielder, is up to bat with 1 out. Hahn, we mentioned her batting average, 46 of 113. That's .407. Does have a home run, 15 RBIs, lays down a bunt. Steenblock bare hands it outside of the circle. The throw to first, it is not in time. Hahn got it down, and with her speed, even though Steenblock did the right thing, being left-handed challenges that move a little bit, but Hahn races for a bunt single and the leadoff runner on.
Yeah, Steenblock picked it up bare hand, fired it there, but like you said, being left-handed, it's a little tougher, and then Hahn's just got tremendous speed.
Rachel Eckelceder is up to bat now, and Eckelceder, 67 of 128. That's a .523 batting average, has a home run, but 22 doubles and 66 RBIs. Takes the pitch high. The count is 1-0. But a 1-out base runner here with Hahn. Hahn, 40 of 40, stolen base-wise here. Don Bosco lines up with the first baseman Miller just a step in front of the bag. Pitch to Eckelceder, took the first pitch high. This one high, and I believe our count 2-0. So again, Don Bosco falling behind with 1 out. Eckelceder certainly now a hitter's count, and you expect her to certainly put the ball into play. 2-0 offering, takes it outside and away, and that pitch is called a strike. So that, again, worked away from her. Steenblock gets that call, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, umpire's consistent. That's kind of the pitch we saw Rachel Eckelceder throw in the previous half inning.
Still keeping an eye on Hahn, showing no signs of going yet. And here's the pitch that is outside, misses away, and the count goes to 3-1. We mentioned this is going to be a case there of who's going to challenge these catchers in this game.
Yeah, and so far they're respecting Nepper behind the plate.
3-1 count to Eckelceder, takes it, it's outside, it is ball number 4. So, they call a strike there as Eckelceder threw the ball into the on-deck circle, but it was called a strike. She'll have to come back, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. She started to head towards first base, and Hahn was going to second.
Yeah, I think everyone on the field thought that was a ball, except for the umpire, which is the only one that matters.
So the count is full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch, reaches for the outside pitch, swings right through it. So working her way back is Steenblock. Eckelceder goes down swinging. That's the second out. Second came for Steenblock, and Hahn still at first base.
Yeah, kind of got a pitcher's duel going so far early in this game.
McKenna Hofer, the catcher, is up to bat. Hofer, the cleanup hitter. And this season takes the first pitch there for a strike across the front of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Hofer is 55 of 118 on the season. .466 batting average with 30 RBIs. With 2 outs, you have to believe Hahn more of a threat to go. 0-1 offering, she is off and going. Here comes the throw to second base, and it is not in time as McGarvey covered the bag, but Hahn had it swiped anyway. Ball got by McGarvey. It is staying in the infield. Backed up there by Yoder, the second baseman, but Hahn remains perfect stolen base-wise.
Yeah, just so much speed there out of Hahn.
And Hofer took that pitch for a ball, so the count is 1-1. So the Viking speed puts them into scoring position with 2 outs. The 1-1 offering to Hofer takes a rise ball away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Yep, I think if you're Edco with Hans' speed, you've got to give her every opportunity to go for it.
Yeah, when we know Nepper's a good catcher and has a really good arm, but that's just a lot of speed out there.
2 balls and a strike, 2-1 offering to Hofer. That ball line past the glove of the first baseman. Miller may have got a piece of it, but it goes into right field. It's a base hit. A base hit and an RBI for Hofer. And it's 1-0. Edco gets a 2-out single here in the first.
Yeah, just a big hit there by Hofer right down the line. I think it did just tip off the first baseman's glove, but then Hans going to score easily with her speed.
So it's 1-0. Vikings come through with a 2-out base hit. We will have a courtesy runner brought in for Hofer, and that is number 7, Eva Vasky. Vasky has 1 at-bat this season, but has scored 50 runs. She is 39 of 41 stolen base-wise. This is her job on this team.
Yeah, and she's another one that can fly. She's got a ton of speed.
So up to bat now is again Chloe Everett, the third baseman. Everett's batting average this is 27 of 107, but has 30 RBIs on the season. Offering to Everett, takes the pitch outside corner, caught it, and the count is 0-1 as she was able to catch that corner. So for Edco, you've only been thrown out twice on the base paths all season, but that is the youngster Vasky, but she still has 39 steals. There's a rise ball that stays high, and it goes to a ball and a strike. And I don't know what the Vikings here, they give the signs as Coach Hubert down the third baseline, giving the sign there over to first base with a series of numbers. 1-1 pitch, swinging through it is Everett on the outside. The count is 1-2. The 8th grader Steenblock, a lot like Eckelseeder.
Yeah, she's a good pitcher there, and being an 8th grader, Don Bosco's set for a while here.
A ball and 2 strikes the count with 2 outs to Everett. So Steenblock, left-handed release, and a change ball outside the changeup, and caught looking is Everett. Off and running, by the way, on the play was Vasky, but they don't worry about the play at second. Third strikeout recorded by Steenblock. But for the Vikings, 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1. We've played 1. Edco leads 1-0.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Nutrient Ag Solutions in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot Liquidation Center in Petersburg, Edgewood Farm and Home, Edgy Megs, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Forever Cabinets by Kendrick, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Woods Edge Golf Course, 4 Scoops and More in Colesburg, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Bloom's Flowers Gifts and More in Edgewood, and J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Edco in the lead, and it will be Maya Ortner, Natalie Miller, Paisley Parker to lead things off. First pitch there by the left-handed hitting Ortner travels down the left field line, running up the hillside there is Hofer, but she'll run out of room as she ends up near the fence on a very narrow area down the left field line, and it falls for a long strike, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, that stayed in the park, but yeah, like you said, she had to run up that hill, and that can throw you off when you have to do that.
Ortner, 40 of 87, batting .460, 2 home runs, 35 RBIs, the left-handed hitting power hitter as the designated player. Takes the pitch inside at the knees, and the count goes to 0-2. So Edco getting a 2-out single in the first inning, striking early in this ball game. Eckelsteeder ready to deliver now. The 0-2 pitch to Ortner. 0-2 pitch, takes it outside, just away. It goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So both these pitchers are just going to work every part of the plate.
Yeah, both of them have done a really nice job. They both throw hard. They're moving it around, changing speeds. We're going to have a pitcher's duel.
A ball and 2 strikes is the count. 1-2 offering. Ortner takes it inside and low, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Keisha missed it earlier. Wapsie Valley played at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and they defeated Calamus Wheatland, a team that Edco certainly knows well, and that was by 10-5, the final score there. 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball between short and third. Diving for it is Dugan. She'll keep it in the infield. Great effort, but it's still a base hit for Ortner to lead things off here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, good hit by Ortner, and good job by Dugan keeping it in the infield, but no chance for a play there.
At that 5.5 hole, Dugan covered a ton of ground to get to that ball, dove for it, and got it clean, but again, no chance to get Ortner. Natalie Miller, the first baseman, is up to bat. Miller is 29 of 88. She has a .330 batting average, lays down a bunt, fielded by Eckelseeder. They'll go to second base. They get the force out there. Ortner actually did not go down sliding there. They tried to get the bunt down, and it went right back to the mound, and Eckelseeder did not hesitate. Fired it to second. Covering the bag there was Hahn. The first out recorded at second base. Miller safe on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, good job by Eckelseeder. She's got a strong arm there, too, so she was going to second, no hesitation.
And it was bunted right back to her as Edco came crashing in from the corners. So Paisley Parker, the left fielder, is up to bat. Parker, again, takes the first pitch low, and the count is 1-0. Parker batting average-wise this year, 18 of 81. She has 19 of RBIs there. So this is the part of the lineup where Don Bosco certainly has gotten better as the season has went on. But like many teams, you look to continue to get production from the bottom of the lineup. 1-0 pitch. Eckelseeder delivers, fouled back out of play. It goes to a ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's a reason your top hitters are at the top of the lineup. You want to get them up more.
Getting back to Ortner at second base, I don't think Ortner realized the play was going to be made at second base.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe she thought she was going to stride in there easily.
And had she slid, would have made it close, but they still likely would have had her.
Yeah.
So 1-1 is the count. 1-1 offering. Fouling it back there is Parker, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Early stages of this game, now playing in sunshine. We warmed up. It was cloudy, but everything clearing. Certainly a beautiful day for ball. A lot better than the last couple of days anyway. A ball and 2 strikes is now the count. Eckelseeder delivers the 1-2 pitch. Ball lined to the shortstop Dugan on one hop, but cannot come up with it cleanly. Tried to go to second base to Smeltzer for the force out, but lost the ball, just quickened it up a little bit, likely cost her an air charge down the play. Second and first for Don Bosco with 1 out.
Yeah, I think she was seeing double play there, and she just tried to go too quick, didn't take the ball with her, and everyone ends up safe.
Samantha Schmitz, the right fielder, is up to bat with 2 outs and runners on second and first. Schmitz, 1 out rather. Schmitz is 13 of 85. So they've put the ball into play this inning. Offering to Schmitz, swings right through it there. The count is 0-1. So basically, again, they've put the ball, the last 3 hitters have put the ball into play after striking out twice in the opening inning.
Yeah, and that's what we said they needed to do, and yeah, forced Edco into an error there.
0-1 is the count. As Eckelseeder gets ahead, they look to bunt. They lay down the bunt. It's fielded by the third baseman, Everett, crashing in. They throw it to first base to get the out there. So they move the runners over, but now there's 2 outs. Miller goes to third, Parker to second. Schmitz does her job, pushing the runners over to second and third. And well played by Chloe Everett, crashing down from third base.
Yeah, good defense there by Edco. Everyone knew where they were supposed to be, and they got the out, but Schmitz does her job and moves the runners over.
And Audrey Tomey is the center fielder, the number 8 batter in the lineup. She is 7 of 49 and swings through the first pitch there. The count is 0-1. But you can understand in a ball game like this, that bunt with 1 out.
Oh, yeah. Every run is going to be huge in this game, so get that runner to third any way you can.
0-1 as Eckelseeder will deal with the bottom of the lineup. 0-1 offering there, taking the pitch for a strike across the top part of the strike zone is Tomey. Rise ball caught the top part of the strike zone, and the count is 0-2, so she'll have to protect now here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a rise ball out of Eckelseeder here.
0-2, try to get the youngster Tomey, who's just a sophomore, trying to get her to chase perhaps. 0-2 pitch, and swinging right through the pitch, low and away is Tomey. Third strikeout recorded by Eckelseeder. And Don Bosco threatens, but they come up empty. No runs a hit. They strand 2. We've played an inning and a half. It is 1-0 Vikings in the lead.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency. Bottom of the second inning, it is 1-0 Edco in the lead. It will be Addie Smeltzer, Lauren Kirby, Kara Knipper to lead things off here. And the first pitch delivered from Steenblock, it is high. The count is 1-0. Addie Smeltzer, 27 of 101. Some extra base hits, 5 doubles, a triple, and has driven in 34 runs. So this is the number 6 spot in the lineup. The Vikings second baseman. And the 1-0 pitch takes that pitch low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. So Eccleston got ahead 0-2, and again, that's awful tough for anybody in the lineup to face her 0-2 with pitches to work with.
Yeah, much less when you're the number 8 hitter. That's a tough ask.
2-1 pitch, and taking a good cut is Smeltzer, and it goes to 2 balls and a strike. So we're in the bottom of the second inning, with Edco scoring in the bottom of the first on a 2-out base hit from McKenna Hofer. That brought in Caitlin Hahn. 2-1 offering, and the ball fouled out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We mentioned this game moved to Farley. There was concern about the field, certainly the shape in Colesburg, but also the Don Bosco baseball team plays tonight at East Buchanan at 7 o'clock. So they wanted to make sure everybody had time to get to that game. And I know Coach Christensen of Don Bosco has a kid on that team.
Yeah, so that's the good news for the Don Bosco fans. They're going to be able to watch both games.
2-2 pitch, it's high, and the count now goes to full. The other thing is, it will allow the Edco players to get back for the activities in Colesburg tonight with parade at 7 o'clock and fireworks. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch, and that ball line sharply down the right field line, out of play. And it's full count.
I think we've got Miss Colesburg playing tonight as well,
Faith
right?
Dugan, I believe, there at second base. So she'll want to get back for that tonight.
Absolutely. She probably has to. She's probably got some official duties.
3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a busy in that Colesburg area today. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. That ball's lined. The second baseman, Yoder, on the run, reaches over to the left to rob her of a base hit into right field. Smeltzer hit it hard, but that's the second solid defensive play we've seen in this game.
Yeah, it's Faith Dugan at shortstop for Edco, and their second baseman Yoder for Don Bosco. That's been the hardest ball hit I think we've seen today.
Lauren Kirby is now out to bat with 1 out. Kirby, 30 of 108, follows the first pitch up into the mask of our home plate umpire. He's okay, and the count is 0-1. So Kirby, 30 of 108, as we mentioned, 25 RBIs from the number 7 spot in the lineup. And just like Don Bosco, this is the part of the lineup that has gotten better throughout the season for Edco. And 0-1 is now the count as Steenblock gets ahead. 0-1 pitch, it's in the dirt, outside, and it goes to a ball and a strike. So 1-1 the count here, with Edco the early lead in this ball game at Farley. And we're evened up. Steenblock certainly works in her delivery, is a same approach. 1-1 pitch, it's outside, misses away. The count is 2-1, but she's got an approach where she'll get the ball, go back to the mound, waiting to get the sign. And as we say that, they get the sign, the catcher does, Nepper from the bench. When she gets the sign, then she goes back to the mound every pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch, swinging through the rise ball there is Kirby. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eccleston, by the way, gets into her pitching motion. She gets into her form, I should say, then gets the call from their dugout for the pitch sequence.
Yeah, a little different technique by each pitcher.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Steenblock's 2-2 pitch. Slow bouncing ball. Steenblock halfway up the line, gloves it. She'll flip it underhand to the first baseman in Miller, and Kirby retired there on a 1-3 bounce out for the second out here in the second.
Yeah, good play by Steenblock. She had to range out of that circle a little bit there and backhand that being a lefty, but nice play.
Number 8 hitter, Kara Knipper, is up to bat. Knipper is 24 of 105 on the season. Couple of doubles, but again, double figures RBI-wise with 18. That's been the story for Edco. You look at their lineup, everybody in double figures RBI-wise. First pitch there is a strike called on the outside to Knipper, and 0-1. Don Bosco looking for an 1-2-3, bottom of inning number 2. Trailing by a score of 1-0. Steenblock delivers to Knipper, called strike, same location basically, and the count goes to 0-2. Both pitchers much better job getting ahead this inning.
Yeah, both pitchers looking sharp early on.
0-2 is now the count with 2 outs. Steenblock, here is now your 0-2 delivery. Rise ball swinging right through it is Knipper. 4th strikeout recorded by Steenblock, and that does it for the Vikings. They go down in order in the second. We've played 2, 1-zip. Edco in the lead.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Subdrains in Strawberry Point, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Top of the third inning already, 1-0 Edco in the lead. Cambry Yoder, the number 9 hitter, up to bat, followed by the top of the lineup, Elena Hellman and Rachel Nepper. First pitch there to Yoder. It's a strike. The count is 0-1. Yoder, 17 of 63 on the season. And the 9 hitter awaits the 0-1 pitch, and that pitch, strike at the knees, and the count goes to 0-2. So Hellman and Nepper will be due up here, back to the top of the lineup in this third inning. But Eckelceder again on the count, 0-2. These pitchers so far matching each other. Really pitch for pitch in this game. 0-2 offering. The 0-2 pitch popped up in the infield. Second baseman calling for it. Smeltzer. She goes even with the line between first and second. Able to get underneath it. Calls for it. And Yoder pops out to second for out number 1.
Yeah, always big when you can get the first batter out each inning.
Brings up now Elena Hellman. Hellman was a strikeout victim in the first inning, but back to the heart of the top of the lineup there with Don Bosco. Their best hitters seeing the second look here now at Eckelceder. We mentioned these teams played a season ago. First pitch there, swinging through it is Hellman. The count is 0-1. Edco won that ball game. I believe 9-3, I think was the score.
Sounds right. It's something right around that.
Edco had got an early lead in that ball game and able to win. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Hellman. Rise ball stays away from it. It goes to a ball and a strike. So evened up. The Tri-Rivers Conference, all-conference softball and baseball teams announced today. As 1-1 is the count. You can catch the entire list on kctn.com. Taking a strike and checking the swing is Hellman. Looked to stride into it, but stopped late. It goes to the count now, a ball and 2 strikes.
I think Eckelceder took a little something off that pitch.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, we haven't talked about how these they mix speeds to keep teams off balance. 1-2 pitch, and taking a pitch high, just missing, is Eckelceder. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Edco fans wanted that one.
Getting back to the Tri-Rivers Conference team, Rachel Eckelceder somehow not unanimous first team all-conference as a pitcher, yet the player of the year.
Yeah, that's surprising on that vote.
2-2 pitch, swinging through it is Hellman. Strike on number 4, recorded by Eckelceder. Second out here on the top of the third. Rachel Nepper, the catcher, is up to bat, lined out to the shortstop. You're talking about the rest of the Vikings on the first team. Faith Dugan, Caitlin Hahn, also on the first team there in the conference, along with McKenna Hofer, the first teamers.
Everything right up the middle for them.
Nepper, the catcher, lined out to short, takes the first pitch outside. The count is 1-0. And again, if you want to find the entire Tri-Rivers all-conference softball and baseball teams, you can go to kctn.com and click on the sports tab. 1-0 is now the count. So Eckelceder working to the 2-hitter here with an out in the third inning. 1-0 pitch, a drop ball, and swinging through it is Nepper. She was looking for that ball maybe to jump on it before it started to rise, but it's, again, drops away.
Yep, she's doing a good job here, and they'd love to get Nepper, get that third out, and be able to face McGarvey with no one on base.
1-1 is the count, and your 1-1 pitch, taking it low and away, is Nepper. And again, a little something off that one. And it's 2 balls, and actually call a strike. So he was a little slow on that one, gave it a good long look. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. So 1-2 is the count. Coach Eckelceder calls the pitches for them. And here's a rise ball away. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. But what they do is they relay it to the catcher and then back to the mound. And it has certainly worked very well for them in a lot of cases there. They are talking about Coach Eckelceder giving the signals to the pitcher, then to the catcher. And here's a 2-2 pitch outside. The count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a lot of communication pieces at work.
Yeah, for sure. Catcher's got to know what's coming. Pitcher's got to know what she's supposed to throw. So they've got a good system going here.
3 balls and 2 strikes is the count with 2 outs. Kennedy McGarvey is waiting on deck for Bosco. And taking the pitch, called strike 3 on the outside is Nepper. 5th strikeout recorded by Eckelceder. Don Bosco goes down in order in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0, Edco in the lead. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people bottom line is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I am available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Bottom of the third inning, number 9 hitter Eva Hofer up to bat. First pitch lines it right back to the mound, and Steenblock right on top of it. Hofer's soft line drive back to the mound, and that is 1 pitch and 1 out. Hofer 23 of 89 on the season, had 15 RBIs, but lines out back to the mound for out number 1.
Yeah, it looks like just kind of got it in on the hands and couldn't get the meat of the bat on it.
Brings up now Faith Dugan and the top of the lineup. Dugan, a strikeout victim, takes the pitch outside. The count is 1-0. So you have Edco getting to the second time through their lineup. Edco, 1 run, 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. Don Bosco, no runs, 1 hit. They have not committed an error. And the pitch to Dugan swings at the outside pitch there. It goes to a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to work Dugan away here.
So evened up. Steenblock, the 8th grader, just really established herself this season as the number 1 pitcher for Don Bosco. Pitch there, top part of the strike zone, rise ball high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So moving along fairly quickly here.
Yeah, the umpires keep them moving between innings, too, that's for sure.
They have a minute to work with. We don't even get close to that. 2-1 pitch, and staying away from the rise ball is Dugan. It's 3 balls and a strike. She was tempted, but stayed back.
Yeah, good job by Dugan, and you don't want to give her a free pass because there's a good chance she'll be stealing second.
3-1 is the count. 3-1 offering. Dugan takes it, and a little something off from Steenblock. That pitch on the outside. Nice strike fired by Steenblock. It's a full count now.
Yeah, good pitch by Steenblock, and I wonder if Dugan was trying to get that free pass.
Yeah, you'll see that in this ball game, just looking to find a way to get on the base paths. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2 pitch, popped up out of play. That'll make it over the backstop area. We'll do it again with a full count and 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Again, we've got a day-night doubleheader here today on KCTN. Heading down to Dyersville for the MFL Marmac Beckman Sub-State semifinal at 7 o'clock. 3-2 pitch, swinging through it is Dugan. A little something off there from the left-hander Steenblock, her 5th strikeout. And it's out number 2 here in the 3rd.
Yeah, she's dealing this afternoon. Her and Eggleseder both. This is a heck of a pitcher's match.
Caitlin Hahn is up to bat, the center fielder. Hahn had a bunt single as she awaits the first pitch and swings right through it. The count is 0-1. Stole a base with 2 outs, and then McKenna Hofer had the line shot down the right field line to bring in the only run so far in this game as Hahn scored easily from second base. 0-1 is the count, and the 0-1 offering takes it high. The count is 1-1. Even with 2 outs here, yes, Hahn is a threat to try to put the bunt down.
Absolutely. With her speed, third base is way in.
Yep, Don Bosco, and I would say close to about 10 feet in front of the bag and creeps even closer. Hahn reaches for the outside pitch, did not get to it. The count is a ball and 2 strikes, bunt likely off now here, as the count is 1-2. But yes, Don Bosco was thinking the exact same thing we were. 1-2 is now the count. The 1-2 offering outside and away, and we're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, they're still creeping in from third. Hellman's still plenty close here at third base.
So evened up. Steenblock hoping for a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 pitch, fly ball, right field, fair territory. Right fielder coming in for it, Sam Schmitz gets underneath it, calls for it, makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Vikings go down in order. We play 3. Edco leads 1-0.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk On.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling of Monona, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Gothenburg and Elkader, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop, harvest wisely. St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Gothenburg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at gothenburghospital.org. Now in the top of the fourth inning, 1-0 Edco in the lead. For Don Bosco, they will send up Kennedy McGarvey, Maya Ortner, along with Natalie Miller. McGarvey again, their top hitter, and hits a bouncing ball on top of the bag at third base. It is fair as it goes into left field underneath the glove of Everett. McGarvey never breaks stride, goes into second base, a pop-up slide there. It's a double to lead off the fourth inning.
Yeah, a good piece of hitting by McGarvey. Right down the line, Everett not able to get to it. And like you said, she didn't break stride. She was thinking double the whole way.
So McGarvey, their leading hitter, into scoring position, and again there is nobody out now again for the Don Bosco Dons. Maya Ortner has the other base hit for Don Bosco. She led off the second inning with a single. So 2 of the 4 innings, Don Bosco's actually put the leadoff runner on. The left-handed hitting Ortner takes the pitch there, and it misses away. The count is 1-0. McGarvey, you're talking about being aggressive on the base path. She is 20 of 21 stealing-wise this year. And again, just hit a shot down the line, and a great effort by Everett. Just couldn't get to it as that ball right on top of the bag.
Yeah, a little harder to steal third, especially the left-handed batter.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-0 is now the count to Ortner. 1-0 pitch. Ortner takes the rise ball away, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 2-0, correction. The second ball with the first pitch was a ball, so 2-0 is now the count as we get corrected. Working with our levels a little bit here. Audio levels seem to be quite a bit better now. So 2-0 is now the count. Ortner, left-handed bat, 2-0 offering, takes it away. The count is 3-0 right now. First time we've seen Ecclescedar do this today.
Yeah, first time we've seen a little struggle out of her.
So 3-0, Ecclescedar this time trying to just kind of walk behind the mound there, kind of regroup a little bit, and work her way back. So 3-0 is now the count here to Ortner. 3-0 offering, and she swings and lines that ball into center field. It's a base hit past the diving Dugan. McGarvey waiting for around from third. She'll score standing up. It's a base hit for Ortner, her second base hit and an RBI. And Don Bosco is tied it at 1.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Ortner. She was way ahead in the count, knew it, just took it right back up the middle, and McGarvey with her speed scores easily.
3-0 count, and obviously they have a lot of confidence in the heart of their lineup. Ortner, the green light there. Great effort by Dugan. If Dugan keeps it in the infield, but it was out of her reach, that saves a run, but the effort there comes up empty. So that brings up now Natalie Miller, the first baseman. Miller up to bat, takes the pitch low at the knees, low in inside, and the count is 1-0. So Ortner is at first base, and more of a base-to-base runner here. In the previous at-bat, Miller had actually bunted, and Ortner was thrown out at second base. So they've got Ortner on with nobody out. Miller takes the pitch for a strike. The count is 1-1. So is Don Bosco kind of playing the same thing here? Maybe try to bunt the runner into scoring position?
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work for him last time, so maybe that sways him a little bit here. I'm not sure.
Evened up, the 1-1 offering, and that ball's lined to the second baseman and caught by Smeltzer. They catch the runner off of first base. The throw to Kirby is dropped, but in plenty of time, she picks it up, and it's a line-out double play. Miller hit it hard right to Smeltzer. Off and running on contact was Ortner. She was halfway to second base and realized, I'm done. And they turn it. It's the throw from Smeltzer to Kirby for the double play.
Yeah, good defense by Edco there, getting out of this jam.
So a line out to second base, and then Ortner retired 4-3 in the book. So 2 outs. Paisley Parker is up to bat. Parker, safe on an air, takes the pitch inside. The count is 1-0. So after the leadoff double from McGarvey, Ortner with the base hit and an RBI, now the double play, a pitcher's best friend. 1-0 is the count, 1-0 pitch, and trying to check her swing on a rise ball. I think they'll appeal this. She did not go, as Parker took that pitch high, and we are at 2-0.
It was close, but she just held up.
Run on the board for Don Bosco. So this game now tied. And here is now the pitch, swinging right through that pitch there is, again, Parker on the pitch that was outside, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. So, again, Eckelceder trying to even up the count. Really, since the first inning, first time she's been behind. That ball fouled out of play, and we'll do it again now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evened up. Halfway point of our ball game here in the 4th inning. Don Bosco, better job putting the ball into play, really, this inning.
Yeah, for sure. No strikeouts this inning.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch, rise ball, but too high for Parker to chase. And it's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Getting back to Smeltzer on that throw, again, Kirby it was a low throw, but she dropped it. But again, just able to pick it up. That play was that easy.
Yeah, there was not a very close play there.
3-2 pitch, fouled out of play. We'll do it again with a full count. And every time, Hofer, the catcher, quick to turn around, discards the mask, and heads right to the fence, but no chance to get that one. Always looking, though, to see if, day like today, maybe you get a ball that's blown back in the wind, perhaps.
Absolutely could happen, yeah.
So, again, 3 balls and 2 strikes, 3-2 offering, and fouled out of play again. And there is Hofer again quickly turning to chase it, but out of play. Count is full.
Yeah, good job by Parker, just fighting things off, staying alive here.
Full count. We'll do it once again. Good effort here at the plate by Parker, continuing to stay alive. And she is, again, the number 6 hitter in their lineup. The 3-2 pitch, swinging through the drop ball. There is Parker. Strikeout number 6, recorded by Eckelceder, and that does it for Don Bosco in the 4th. But they pick up a run. They do it on 2 hits. They leave nobody. Halfway through this one, it's a brand new game. We're knotted at 1. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Energy consumers everywhere are getting calls and texts from scammers. The callers threaten to shut off their power if payment is not made immediately. Don't fall for it. Never give out financial or personal information to someone who calls claiming to be from your provider. When in doubt, always call your utility and get the facts. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it is 1-1. Don Bosco and Edco, Rachel Eckelceder, McKenna Hofer, Chloe Everett, 3, 4, and 5 to lead things off here for Edco in the bottom of the 4th inning. Edco scored their run on a 2-out single in the first. First pitch to Eckelceder, pop up, right field line. That ball is going to fall in, picked up by the right fielder Schmitz. It's a base hit. Eckelceder blooped it into right field. Leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, not hard hit, but Eckelceder able to bloop it in, find some green grass, and Edco's got a chance to take the lead back.
Edco scored a run in the first. Hahn scored that run after a single, stole second base with 2 outs and scored on a base hit. They will bring in a courtesy runner for Eckelceder, who leads things off. Eckelceder now 1 for 2 in this game, and number 21 coming into the game, Josie Deers. So Deers is the courtesy runner for, again, Edco. By the way, these courtesy runners, Deers has scored 29 runs. Vasky and Deers, every game getting in a ton of work.
Yeah, they could score a lot of runs. Well, Eckelceder and Hofer are 2 of your better hitters, and then they run for them.
So McKenna Hofer is up to bat, drove in the game's only run for Edco, takes the pitch high. The count is 1-0. Again, Don Bosco answered in the top of the 4th inning, putting a run across as it was, again, the McGarvey girl leading things off with a double. Ortner brought her home with a base hit. Pitch is low and away. The count goes to 2-0 in here now to Hofer. Edco looking to answer here in the bottom of the 4th inning. If you're talking about Deer stolen base-wise, has 6 on the season. And 2-0 is now the count to Hofer. 2-0 delivery. Hofer takes it. That pitch outside. And the count goes to 3-0. So we talked about Eckelceder, again, falling behind 3-0 for the first time in this ball game. Same thing for Steenblock here in the 4th.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she'll try to come back. 3-0 offering, and that pitch is outside, catches the corner, and it's a strike. The count is 3-1. And they've got the runner caught between first and second, but sliding in late is Deers to first base. It looked like it was a bit of a delayed steal, but they snapped it back to the circle, and immediately turning with Steenblock, and just hesitated for just a second, which allowed Deers a chance to get back to first base.
Yeah, I think so. The pitch was a strike, but the catcher dropped it. And I don't know if maybe that fooled Deers, her thinking that was ball 4.
3-1 count, and it's a bouncing ball. Second baseman sliding to Reneses Yoder. They flip it to short for 1. McGarvey throws to first to Miller, and they turn the double play. Everett bounces into a 4-6-3 double play. What a pretty play there by Don Bosco for the double play.
Yeah, that's some great work by the middle infield there. Yoder with a great sliding stop and a quick flip to McGarvey, and then a hard throw to first for the double play.
McGarvey showing off her rope there for an arm. And 2 outs. Chloe Everett is now up to bat. So that takes care of the base runner. Second double play we've seen in this game. Both teams have turned 1. Everett, a strikeout victim, 0 for 1 in this game.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good defense. Really impressed with that stop there by Yoder and the flip to second.
First pitch to Everett was a ball. The count is 1-0. 1-0 offering, takes that one outside as a strike, and it's a ball and a strike. Everett, a strikeout victim, back in the first inning in her lone at-bat. So after Eckelceder, the third single of the ball game for Edco, third base hit, retired as a result of a double play, as Deers was the base runner. That 1-1 pitch followed up against the backstop. It's a ball and 2 strikes. This is the kind of matchup I think we expected, though.
Yeah, this is going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to come down to the final inning, I think.
And Don Bosco, don't let the record fool you. I mean, they have played a very tough schedule this year. A ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 offering, trying to check her swing on the rise ball is Everett. She went after it, and there is strikeout number 6 recorded by Steenbrock, and that does it for Edco in the bottom of the 4th. No runs ahead. They leave nobody. We've played 4. We're tied at 1.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Furniture Showcase and All Wine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Myers Auto Service in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. Top of the 5th inning, Sam Schmitz, Audrey Tomei, and Cambry Yoder, 7, 8, and 9 to lead things off for Don Bosco. Here in the top of the 5th inning, first pitch by Schmitz fouled back. The count is 0-1. She follows the second pitch back, and the count is 0-2. Schmitz had a sacrifice bunt back in the second inning and is behind on the count 0-2. 7, 8, 9 up here for Don Bosco. 1 run, 3 hits for Don Bosco. For Edco, 1 run, 3 hits. Been a well-played ball game. 0-2 is now the count. So Eckelsteder ahead. The 0-2 pitch popped up in the infield. Shortstop Dugan. Now the third baseman comes in Everett, but Dugan calls her off, makes the play behind the circle at the pitcher's mound. High pop-up hit there by Schmitz, but well played by Edco defensively to Dugan, and it's out number 1.
Yeah, kind of a place where about 4 different girls could have caught that, so good job by Faith Dugan taking charge and making the play.
And it was a good look by Eckelsteder because she was in front of the mound, and she would have had to chase that one over her shoulder. And Audrey Tomei is up to bat, swings right through the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Tomei, a strikeout victim, back in the second. First out here in the top of the 5th inning. And Eckelsteder has struck out 6 in the first 4 innings. 0-1 pitch, swinging through that pitch there is Tomei. And the count goes to 0-2. And by the way, Steenblock has struck out 6 through 4 innings.
Yeah, 2 pitchers really humming it tonight.
0-2 is the count. Here's now your 0-2 pitch. Taking the pitch for a call. Strike 3 is Tomei. Rise ball caught the top part of the strike zone. 7th strikeout by Eckelsteder. 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
Yeah, 2 quick outs and 6 pitches, 6 strikes.
And we saw an immaculate inning in the ball game the other night by Parker Keel. 9 pitches for 3 strikeouts. But we won't see one here because Schmitz popped out to short. And the first pitch there, bouncing ball, that's up the middle. It's going to go into center field. It's a base hit. So Yoder with the first base hit for the bottom of the lineup on this night for right now, Don Bosco, and a 2-out base hit here in the 5th.
Yeah, and we'll see if the top of the order can help Yoder out. She did a nice job getting on base. Now it's up to the top to drive her in.
Ball was to the right of the second baseman Smeltzer, who dove after it, but again, that ball ends up going into center field. So that's the 4th hit of the ball game for Don Bosco. Hellman, top of the lineup up to bat. Hellman is 0 for 2, has struck out twice. First pitch takes it as a strike on the outside. The count is 0-1. So let's see, with 2 outs, if you're talking about them continuing to be aggressive, Yoder has only stolen 3 bases this year, 3 of 4. As Edco has Kirby well in front of the bag at first base because Hellman has the ability to bunt Onion. She looks to bunt, lays it in front of the plate. It's picked up by Hofer. She goes to first. It's not in time. Exactly what the reason that Kirby was playing in. It's a bunt single for Hellman. Wedged it perfectly. Put it in front of the plate, and it was about 10 feet in front of the plate. Well defended there by Hofer, but just no chance with Hellman's speed. Second and first now with 2 outs for Don Bosco.
Yeah, very similar to what we saw Hahn do for Edco earlier in the game. Just a really nice bunt and using her speed to beat it out.
Rachel Nepper is up to bat, the number 2 hitter. She lined out to short on a nice play by Dugan, but struck out her last at-bat. All this with 2 outs. First pitch, and that ball's lined into center field. It's a base hit. Knocked down by Hahn. They'll wave the runner from third, and Yoder, she'll score standing up. Throw cut off in the infield. So the 3rd base hit in a row. Nepper with a base hit and an RBI. Yoder scores from second, and Don Bosco has their first lead of the night at 2-1.
Yeah, solid hit there by Nepper, and Don Bosco taking the lead, taking charge in this game, and McGarvey up there not done yet.
So McGarvey is the top hitter up to bat for Don Bosco. You may see Don Bosco. They are going to bring in a courtesy runner. Yes, exactly, for Nepper. Number 10 will be Charlie Yoder as the pinch runner at first base, the courtesy runner at first base. You've got good speed on the base paths with Hellman at third, and now a little more speed with Yoder at first. And time taken by the catcher McKenna Hofer to go out and talk to Theckelceder.
Yeah, they've got to be a little bit careful with McGarvey here because she could really blow this thing open if they leave one out in the middle.
McGarvey is 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, which doesn't happen a heck of a lot, but doubled and scored the first Don Bosco run in the 4th inning when she was driven in by Ortner. So runners on second and first after the 2 first Dons to bat here in the top of the 5th inning were retired. They've done this all with 2 outs, and it started with the bottom of the lineup. So the first pitch now to McGarvey. This is the type of matchup you live for. Offering from Theckelceder. Little something off, catches outside, did not catch the corner of the plate, and the count is 1-0. So this for Don Bosco, exactly what you want. First base was open, you'd probably let her go, you'd walk her.
Yep, I think if first base was open, you just put her on.
1-0 is the count. May not be a horrible deal even with first base occupied. Here's the ball, line shot underneath the glove of Dugan. It goes into left center field. Scoring from second is Hellman. Nipper waved around from third. Here's the relay to Dugan. Throw to the plate. Up the line is Hofer. The ball gets by her. They score a run. Now McGarvey goes around third, but she'll put the brakes on there. And McGarvey hit it hard. It goes into left center field. 2-run score. And it is now 3-1, Don Bosco in the lead.
Yeah, McGarvey tagged that ball. Dugan there just couldn't get her glove down to knock that ball down.
The ball was hit hard. It'll go as an error, and it's a tough error there charged to Dugan. Now time taken by Coach Huber to bring in everybody to the center circle. 3 runs with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning for Don Bosco. A correction, yes, they've scored 3 runs to make it 4-1.
Yeah, and it all started with Cambry Yoder getting that base hit, and then now the top of the order's done what they're supposed to do.
In a ball game like this, 4 runs seems huge, but Don Bosco has had a great approach the second time through the lineup.
Again, just the singles. Nothing deep or in the gaps necessarily. They've all been singles. McGarvey definitely hit that one hard. But again, just a that would be an error because Dugan didn't get her glove on it.
Yeah, and they got the ball. It was tracked down well in left center field by Hahn, but they did not hesitate sending the runners. McGarvey took the wide turn. She got all the way to third with all that action once the ball got by Hofer at the plate. So that's another error charged on the throw in to put McGarvey over at third. So they're still in business with 2 outs. Ortner is 2 for 2 in this ball game with an RBI, the left-handed bat. First pitch there after Coach Huber meets with the mound. They break. Pitch is low. The count is 1-0. go.
Yeah, and they're looking to get McGarvey in too, because Ortner's had a nice afternoon, and she's looking to continue it.
And the error on the throw came in past Hofer as they were hoping to get the runner Yoder rather at the plate. That was Charlie Yoder. So 2 Yoders ended up scoring in that situation. And the 1-0 pitch is high. The count is 2-0. So actually, Cambry Yoder scored early in the inning, and they scored 2 on that hit by McGarvey. But either way, 3 runs are on the board in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 is the count to Ortner. And they try to work her away. 2-0 pitch. It's catching the top part of the strike zone on the outside for the left-handed hitting Ortner, and the count is 2-1. Do you look at putting Ortner on the base paths with first base open?
You know, if you get to 3 balls, I think it's something you got to look at.
2 balls and a strike, and the 2-1 offering, and she pops it up. Third baseman over the head of Everett. The shortstop Dugan comes behind her, tracks it down just behind the bag at third base for the 3rd out of the inning. Ortner pops out to short. But for Don Bosco, 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits, helped out by 2 errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is now 4-1. It is Don Bosco in the lead.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Welcome back here. We are once again in the bottom of the 5th inning. To lead things off, Addie Smeltzer with a base hit. Addie Smeltzer, Lauren Kirby, Kara Knipper to bring things up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and a base hit there. So we'll line things up. We're working on the studio as we accidentally, for some reason, things went back on the air with the country music. So we'll bring the Smartcaster down back at the studio, and we'll get that taken care of. Listening to us live online, Lauren Kirby is up to bat after Addie Smeltzer, who lined out to second, singles in the 5th inning, and Kirby bounced back to the mound. So for Edcoat, you need to chip away here, come up something on the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, big start there, and Smeltzer's hit the ball hard twice.
0-1 is the count. The 0-1 offering, that pitch is outside, and it goes to a ball and a strike. So 1-1 is the count, with good speed at Smeltzer at first base. And here is now the 1-1 offering, fouled back again, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Yep, that's what happens with the wonders of modern technology. Somehow, the computer system decided to jump back into automation, but we're glad that Coach Spearschlag helping us out with that one from Clayton Ridge.
Letting us know.
And Lauren Kirby follows the count. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 offering, rise ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Don Bosco scored 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning, doing it on 3 hits, helped out by 2 errors to go up 4-1 here. But Edco has the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here is now the 2-2 pitch, popped up, edge of the infield. McGarvey drifts into shallow left field, reaches up for it, makes the play on the run. Parker from left field, likely her ball, but if McGarvey calls for it, let her get it. And she makes the play in shallow left field for out number 1.
Yeah, probably an easier play for the left fielder, but that's your captain, that's your senior, that's your all-state player. With the wind blowing out, that was a tough play, but she's able to make it.
Number 8 hitter, Kara Knipper, the right fielder, is up to bat. Knipper, a strikeout victim. So Smeltzer at first, but now 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. She looks to bunt, fouls it back. The count is 0-1. Edco just looking to move a runner over here, down by 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning, and we mentioned a 4-run advantage for Don Bosco, putting 4 on the board. That seems huge in a ball game like this.
Yeah, that's a big number.
0-1 pitch, bouncing ball right side of the infield. Second baseman stumbles in Yoder, but from her knees fields it, flips it to the first baseman in Miller. Knipper is out at first base. Wait a minute here. The runner goes to second base in Smeltzer. I believe the ball was there in time, but now our officials are going to talk in the middle of the infield. So the ball was hit to first base. Staying at first base is Nipper, but it looked like she was out there, right?
I think she was out.
Are they going to call interference?
That's what I'm wondering. And because I think the runner and Yoder may have had a little bit of contact there.
So that was the reason why Yoder ended up down on the ground, and they call the runner out at second base. So the lead runner is out. Smelter made contact with Yoder, so that caused the collision there that actually knocked her to her knees. So the play at first base was made in time, and Nipper is now out on the safe at first base, rather, what ends up being a fielder's choice.
Right, because then the play is just dead at that point.
So
right?
Smelter out basically on runner's interference. So Knipper is at first base, and I think now you have Coach Christensen coming out for Don Bosco asking for an explanation.
I think he probably wants both outs.
Well,
there,
yeah, because the out at first should have been taken care of, correct?
Yeah, but I think the play's dead once that runner interference is called, correct?
Yeah, he had that conversation, and yeah, they were held up. They're going to bring in a pinch runner, by the way, for Knipper, I should say. It's Knipper for Don Bosco, Knipper for Edco. Into the ball game, Avery Brown. Brown is this is not a courtesy runner situation. This is a pinch runner coming in. A little more speed on the base pass with the number 9 hitter, Ava Hofer, up to bat. They'd love to get to the top of the lineup to give them a chance with runners on the scoring, on the bases in scoring position.
Yeah, that's what Don Bosco did.
Ava Hofer, the left fielder, is up to bat. Hofer lined out to the mound, her last at bat. Takes a good cut there, misses it, and the count is 0-1. So 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Don Bosco leads 4-1. Runner at first base is Brown, again for Edco. And 0-1 as Steenblock works, and there's a pitch drifting away. Outside, the count is 1-1. Our pitchers are so good that it's so close every pitch. And they're trying to get those extra inches or two.
Absolutely. They're really working the corners of the strike zone.
1-1 is the count. The 1-1 offering. Swinging through the rise ball there is Hofer. He goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. We are in the later stages of this ball game. And the good news is for Edco, you're going to have to go through the top of their lineup in the later stages. 1-2 pitch, little something off, but misses high. And again, lets you know how our pitchers have confidence. Steenblock took a step towards the dugout.
Yep, she wanted that one, but just a hair high.
So evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You expect Brown to be base to base at first. 2-2 pitch, swinging through the outside pitch is Hofer. Strikeout number 7 recorded there by Steenblock, and that does it for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th. No runs ahead, they leave 1. We've played 5. It is 4-1. Once again, Don Bosco in the lead.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Furniture Showcase and Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Myers Auto Service in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. So now in the top of the 6th inning, 4-1, Natalie Miller, Paisley Parker, Sam Schmitz to lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning with Don Bosco leading by a score of 4-1. First pitch there, strike at the knees on the inside. The count is 0-1. Miller, Parker, and Schmitz will be 5, 6, and 7 in the Don Bosco lineup. Miller is 1 for 2. Safe on a fielder's choice, lined out to first. 0-1 pitch, bouncing ball, foul. Coach Christensen at the third base box for Don Bosco, out of his reach, and the count is 0-2. Don Bosco has 4 runs in this ball game. They have 6 hits. They have not committed an error. Edco has 1 run, 4 hits. They've committed 3 errors in this game. And 0-2 is now the count here to Miller. We mentioned this. Good things happen when you put the ball into play. And there's a 0-2 pitch, just misses outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yep, and that was the one thing you're maybe a little worried about if you're Edco as well, just making sure you played sound defense.
Wapsie Valley awaits the winner of this ball game. They'll host. Here's a pop-up hit by Miller. Shortstop calling for it. Dugan takes a couple of steps in, camps underneath it. Miller pops out to short. It's 1 up and 1 down here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and Edco could use a quick inning and try and get some runs back.
And at the bottom of the 6th inning, Edco will go to the top of the lineup, and if you feel there's your opportunity right there, right?
Yep, they could use a big inning, and it can start with the top of their order.
So Peasley Parker is up to bat. Parker is 0 for 2, safe on an error, and struck out. The offering is high. The count is 1-0. Wapsie Valley will host the winner. They are the higher seed, the higher ranked team between Edco and Don Bosco. Don Bosco not ranked. Edco ranked at number 8th. They've been in the top 15 throughout the season. 1-0 pitch, fouled out of play. The count is 1-1. And Don Bosco is ranked 3rd, I believe, in the last rankings for the girls. They were ranked 5th for a long time.
Wapsie Valley.
Yeah, Wapsie Valley.
Yeah, they've had a heck of a season. I think only 4 losses.
1-1 is the count. And that would be a 7 o'clock game on Monday night. 1-1 pitch, rise ball, too high. Hofer holds it there for a second, and it's 2 balls and a strike now.
Like you said, when these pitchers miss, they don't miss by much.
Wapsie Valley is a team that is offensively maybe the best team in this region.
Yeah, they've got some bats over there.
2-1 pitch, called, struck on the inside. It goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But like tonight, for instance, Calamus-Wheatland scored 5 runs against them. So you face a team like that, you're going to need a great, outstanding effort from the mound, and we do know that whether it's Edco or Don Bosco, they'll have that opportunity. 2-2 pitch, swing through the outside pitch. There is Parker. Actually, she got a piece of it.
Yep,
she did.
Just a piece of it
to stay alive, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, both of these teams have the arm to maybe slow Wapsie Valley down, so it'll be a good matchup with whoever comes out of here tonight.
And again, that will be a 7 o'clock game on Monday night. So the here is now the 2-2 pitch, fouled back out of play by Parker. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This is very reminiscent of her last at-bat. She fouled a couple off then as well.
And it was, as it turns out, Echo Cedar winning that at-bat as Parker went down swinging to end the 4th inning. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, evened up, and still with 1 out. And now the 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball right back to the mound, past Echo Cedar to the second baseman. Smeltzer fields it well. Nice strong throw to the first baseman, Kirby. Parker bounces out to second. It's the 2nd out of the inning. Echo Cedar just past her reach, but a good job by Eddie Smeltzer closing in on that.
Yeah, just Eccleston not quite able to get it, but again, good range by Smeltzer and a good strong throw.
Sam Schmitz is up to bat. Schmitz, a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd and popped out to short. This is the number 7 spot in the lineup. Hits a slow bouncing ball. Third baseman Everett charges it halfway up the line. Good strong throw to the first baseman Kirby, and the ball is called foul because it actually hit off the foot of Schmitz. Well played by Everett nonetheless, but our third base umpire right on top of that, Alan Hertzman.
Yeah, they would have the out there. It was a nice play, but apparently just caught maybe the tip of the shoe of Schmitz.
So the count is 0-1. And Echo Cedar gets the call from the dugout, and the 0-1 offering fouled up. Hofer gives it look. She'll run out of room, and that will make it just clear of the backstop in the front of the grandstand area. And the count goes to 0-2 now. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. This is the first of 2 games today here on KCTN. Again, we've got the 7 o'clock baseball matchup. Still planning on starting the on-deck show at about 6:30 for that ball game. Meanwhile, 0-2 is the count. And the 0-2 pitch, high away from Hofer. The count goes to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. MFL Marmac and Beckman will be that baseball matchup.
Yeah, should be another good game tonight.
And we expect a well-pitched ball game there as well. So a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Hanging tough at the plate is Schmitz. And the 1-2 pitch takes it high. It goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don Bosco's been disciplined at the plate tonight.
They have not chased that rise ball too often.
So we're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. They have struck out 7 times in this game. 2-2 pitch popped up in the infield. First baseman calling for it. That is, again, Kirby. Heads towards the circle, calls for it, makes the play. Schmitz pops out to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Don Bosco goes down in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1, Don Bosco in the lead.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366 today.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
So now here, bottom of the sixth inning, first pitch to Faith Dugan. High chopper, charging is the second baseman Yoder. Fields it, flips it underhand to Miller. And just retired at first base is Dugan on a high chopper to the right side of the infield. It's out number one here in the sixth.
Yeah, I know they don't give out gold gloves in high school softball, but I think Yoder would have a case for one at second base.
And she has played well in that position tonight. Caitlin Hahn is up to bat. Hahn is 1 for 2, looks to bunt, lays it up the first base line. There's no chance to get her. She'll stride down to first base. Picked up by the catcher, Knepper, who will just eat it there. Hahn with her second bunt single of the ball game. It is the fifth hit for the Vikings and a one-out base runner here in the sixth.
Yeah, not even a throw there. Hahn just too speedy, and again, a great bunt.
Hahn has scored the lone run for Edco in this ball game. They scored in the first inning, haven't scored since. And Rachel Eckelceder is up to bat. Eckelceder is 1 for 2, a strikeout victim, and a single back in the fourth inning. The first pitch there gets a good cut, fouls it back out of play. Edco has to come up with something this inning.
Yeah, I think they need a couple runs this inning. They got to get it at least a 4-3, I think, going into the seventh.
And it is 0-1 as Steenblock continues to work. 0-1, and here's the offering to Eckelceder. Takes it and a hit by the pitch. So she wears it off the shoulder. Eckelceder hit by the pitch. There's runners on second and first now, and McKenna Hofer, the cleanup hitter, is up to bat. Hofer is 1 for 2. She singled in the lone run back in the first inning and also hit into a double play back in the fourth inning, which ended up being huge.
Yeah, and she's hit the ball hard twice. So, you've got two runners on, and this is your batter. This is one of your main RBI producers. This is who you want if you're Edco.
So you have a runner brought in. It again will be Deers running for Eckelceder in this situation. Second and first with one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. Vikings trail by 3. So Hofer up to bat. She has had an outstanding season. Batting average-wise this year at over 460. Takes the first pitch there. It's a strike on the outside. The count is 0-1. You certainly have tremendous speed at second base. You've got good speed at first base, but you also have some youth there.
Yeah, Deer's maybe not quite the speed as some of these other girls, but she's not slow by any means.
0-1 pitch, rise ball, and a nice stab by Knepper on a pitch that was outside and high. It looks like it was tailing away, and she got out of that crouch there and made that play.
Yeah, good hop there by Knepper behind the plate.
So she takes time to go out to talk to her pitcher in Eddie Steenblock. Steenblock, just an 8th grader for Don Bosco.
And that's the one thing you worry about. She doesn't have any of this big game experience yet, even though she's looked really good tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So the count is a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. That ball's lined into right field. That's a base hit. Picked up by the center fielder, Tomei. Scoring from third, actually from second will be Hahn. Into third base is Deers. It's a base hit, an RBI. Second run driven in by Hofer. And it's now 4-2 with runners on the corners for Edco.
Yeah, and that's, again, what you want. You want McKenna Hofer up there. She's hit the ball well. She's done a nice job. Drives in that run. And, again, they're not done yet. And now you bring Vasky at first to run. So with a runner on third, I bet she's going to second.
So Vasky is the courtesy runner for the catcher position. And Vasky, again, has 39 stolen bases on the year. Chloe Everett is up to bat. There is just one out. Everett is 0 for 2 in this ball game, struck out in the third and struck out in the sixth inning. So with one out, Hahn with a bunt single and scores there after Eckelceder was hit by a pitch on the Hofer base hit. They squared a bunt, they bluff, Vasky off and running, they'll just eat it at the plate. They will not throw down. So now you've got runners on second and third with one out for Edco. Tying run there at second base.
Yeah, tying run in scoring position. Both girls have really good speed, so a base hit could tie this game.
Chloe Everett has, again, took the first pitch for a ball. This pitch is a strike on the outside. It goes to a ball and a strike. So Everett up to bat. 27 base hits on the season, 107 at-bats. And again, she has 30 RBIs. That's one of the better numbers for Edco. Batting in the 5 spot in the lineup. 1-1 pitch, rise ball away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. The Vikings, you knew they were going to work their way into things, didn't you?
Yeah, they're a veteran team. They know what they're doing. And then, again, that experience on the circle for Don Bosco is just not there as well as she's played tonight.
2-1 pitch to Everett, takes it outside, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike. Addie Smeltzer is waiting on deck. Smeltzer has hit the ball well twice. She has lined out to second and also singled. So 3 balls and a strike. Steenblack falls behind. Here now the 3-1 offering. Everett swings right through it. It was a strike. It was a drop ball going away. And it's a full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, if you're Edco, you're comfortable if you can get Addie Schmelzer up there.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Everett steps out of the box. Full count, runners on second and third, and out here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 pitch. That ball's to the second baseman. Knocking it down is Yoder. She'll go to first base, and the ball is thrown away. Everybody's safe, and Edco's going to tie it up. Scoring from third was Deers. As the ball got by the first baseman, Vasky races in from third. So safe on the air is going to be Everett. Put the ball into play. Good things happen. It's a brand new game, tied at 4.
Yeah, great job by Everett. That's a tough play, but Yoder able to knock it down. But again, speed. We talk about it all the time, and she hurried her throw. Not able to get that out at first, and then with the speed of Vasky, she's going to score easily.
So Addie Smeltzer is up to bat. Everett hit it to the second baseman, Yoder. And again, Yoder was able to keep it in front of her. That was key, but had to rush the throw. They were going to concede the run that time, as it looked like Deers was going to score easily from third, but it was heads-up base running there by Vasky. They kept going because the ball getting by Miller on the exchange, the first error of the ball game for Don Bosco.
Yeah, costly. Like you said, Deers scores easily. They're going to concede that one, but the tying run able to come in with that error.
So Faith Kirby is the pinch runner for Chloe Everett, and now time taken for Coach Christensen. So they score 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. And still an out, so now you have the go-ahead run on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we mentioned Addie Smeltzer is 1 for 2 in this ball game, the number 6 hitter for the Vikings.
Yeah, and she's hit the ball as hard as anyone.
So Edco, top of the lineup, delivering for them here in the bottom of the 6th.
This is what they need. We said they probably needed at least 2. They ended up getting 3, making this a whole new ball game.
And time taken by Coach Christensen continues that conversation. And again, want to remind you, following the conclusion of our ball game, we actually will just do a quick recap because looks like this game's going to run a little bit longer. We might have extra innings here maybe,
yeah,
huh?
It's a possibility.
Addie Smeltzer up to bat. The Viking dugout very much alive. And with 1 out, time taken from Don Bosco. They brought in everybody to have a conversation. First pitch to Smeltzer. It's a rise ball high, and the count is 1-0. Smeltzer, a freshman. These are some of the girls that have stepped into bigger roles this year. Dugan as well, another one of those girls. Freshman as well. Did a lot of running last year, but they are now part of what they do defensively up the middle. 1-0 offering to Smeltzer. Change up outside and away, and it's a ball and a strike. So the game has changed here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, what a change. I mean, and if Edco can scratch one more across, they're playing for the win in the top of the 7th.
Yep, and if you're looking ahead to the top of the 7th inning for Wapsie Valley, or for, I should say, Don Bosco, they'll send up 8, 9, and 1. 2-0 offering, taking it high again there is Smeltzer. So the count now goes to 3-0 right now.
Yeah, and this is, again, you just really worry about the nerves from Steenblock. Being an 8th grader, this is a really, really tough position to be in. A lot of pressure as an 8th grader.
3-0 is the count. So likely taking all the way is Smeltzer. 3-0 pitch. That's at the knees. It is outside, and they called it a strike. And it's the second time in this ball game tonight. Smeltzer threw her bat towards the dugout, and that is ball 4. Yeah, the official, Smeltzer misread it. It is ball number 4. And Smeltzer went back to get her bat, and the home plate umpire said, "No, you're right. That was 4."
Yeah, I will say, he doesn't give that signal right away, so sometimes it's hard to know.
That is the first walk issued by Steenblock in this ball game, but it moves Faith Kirby to second base. Smeltzer is at first base. Lauren Kirby is up to bat. Kirby is 0 for 2, bounced back to the mound and popped out to short. First pitch there, takes it. It's a strike, caught the top part of the strike zone. The count is 0-1.
A big pitch for Steenblock. She needed a strike.
And again, the Vikings have put the ball into play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And 0-1 is the count. And Steenblock, the 0-1 pitch, swinging through the outside pitches. Kirby, the count goes to 0-2. Kirby, again, the batting average near 300, has put the ball into play twice in this ball game. Bounced back to the mound, but popped out to short her last at-bat.
Yeah, I wondered if they might bunt with her, but not now with 2 strikes.
0-2 is now the count. The 0-2 offering, and getting a piece of the rise ball there was Kirby. Hangs tough. It remains at 0-2. Second and first for the Vikings. Top of the lineup delivering. They now approach the bottom of the lineup and hoping to, again, get that go-ahead run across here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-2 is now the count. The 0-2 offering, that ball lined into center field. It's a base hit. Now the runner in Faith Kirby had to hold up. They're going to waver to third. Here comes the throw to the plate. She slides in and she's out. She didn't get to the plate. It was caught by Knepper, who blocked the plate. And throwing out at the plate is going to be the runner Faith Kirby. It's a base hit for Lauren Kirby. The game stays tied at 4, and Coach Hofer has that question of blocking the plate. So she hesitated around third, but she was being waved in. Coach Hofer continues to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Coach Huber, I should say.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to win it, but the umpires are getting together here to talk about it. That was a good relay. McGarvey actually kind of double clutched that throw. If she throws it right away, I think the ball beats her easily, but it ended up being a really close play at home plate.
So
there.
Smelter is at second base. Kirby is at first base. Smelter stayed there. All the action was in front of her. And the officials continue to talk, and the play is going to stand. She is out at home plate.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Yeah, Knepper, an experienced catcher, and what happened is Faith Kirby never got to the plate.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what happened. And I don't blame Coach Huber for sending her. That was a close play. You had a chance to take the lead, really get the momentum going. Just a nice relay by the Don Bosco.
And it's a big spot to put an 8th grader in, but that little hesitation around third didn't help.
Yep.
So 2 outs. Kara Knipper is up to bat. Knipper, I should say. The pitch is outside for a ball. The count is 1-0. So this is the 8th Viking to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Don Bosco makes a great play to get Faith Kirby out at home. Credit to Audrey Toming in center field to make a strong throw to the relay. McGarvey at short. Swinging through the outside pitch there is Knipper. And the count goes to 0-2. You still have good speed on the base paths with Smelter and Kirby at second and first. And it was Kirby with a solid base hit to center field to continue the inning, though the out at the plate gave out number 2. 0-2 pitch, fouled, shortening up the swing there was Knipper. Got a piece of it up against the backstop. A ball, 0-2 rather, still our count.
Yeah, that's what she needs to do. She just needs to try and make contact here, put it on the ground, and make Don Bosco make a play.
0-2 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Now tied at 4. We thought we'd see a 2-1, 3-2 ball game. Here's the pitch, fouled back again by Knipper, hanging tough. It's 0-2. We mentioned 4 runs on the board seemed huge in a ball game like this. They both put up 4.
Yeah, we thought that might be enough, but both offenses coming to life.
0-2, still the count to Knipper. And Steenblock gets back onto the hill. And the 0-2 pitch, drop ball, took a little something off, but it stayed low, and it goes to 1-2. Smelter is getting a great jump off of second base, by the way.
Yeah, if she's able to get a hit and gets into the grass in the outfield, I think Schmelzer scores.
A ball and 2 strikes the count. And Steenblock with the 1-2 pitch, checking up the swing again is Knipper, who's really shortened up that swing and follows it up against the backstop again.
Yeah, I like this approach. She's choked up, shortened the swing, just trying to put the ball in play.
Yeah, taking that 2-strike approach, absolutely. A ball and 2 strikes will do it once again. Number 9 hitter, Ava Hofer, waiting on deck. So now the 1-2 pitch, a slow bouncing ball that is foul up the third base line. Glove there by Hellman in foul territory. We'll do it again with a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but again, keep doing what she's doing, and you never know. Put the ball in play. You never know what might happen.
And that's the big thing. That would have given her a chance. If that ball goes fair, she's got a chance at first base to maybe get an infield single there.
Yeah, I think everyone would have beat that out.
1-2, still the count. 1-2 offering, outside and away. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Knipper working here in the box.
And that's the other thing, maybe you force her to throw some balls. Maybe you eventually can work a walk out of it as well.
2 balls and 2 strikes. We're evened up the count here now. And Kirby is on second, or rather just got thrown out. Up to bat now is again Kara Knipper, who hit, let's say, fly ball into right field. Getting underneath it is Tomei, and it was Lauren Kirby running from first, Smelter running from second base on the hit. And it is Knipper, though, flying out to center field for a routine play, and that does it for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning. But they score 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits, helped out by an error. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Once again, we're 4-4 now tied.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living. Northeast Iowa Sub-Drains in Strawberry Point. Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. And by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Top of the 7th inning, it's a brand new game. Tied at 4, Audrey Tomei, Cambry Yoder, and Elena Hellman, top of the lineup up here in the top of the 7th inning. Tomei in this ball game is 0 for 2. She has struck out twice, tried to bunt on the first play on the rise ball, missed it. The count is 0-1. She tries to bunt again, gets a piece of that one, squared up better that time, but fouls it back, and the count is 0-2. Edco scored a run in the bottom of the first. Don Bosco a run in the fourth, 3 in the fifth to go up 4-1. Edco answering with 3 in the bottom of the sixth. So here we are in the top of the 7th in a 4-4 tie. And again, this is 8-9-1 for Don Bosco in this ball game. And the 0-2 pitch, swinging right through it, there is Tomei. That's strikeout number 8 for Echo Cedar.
Yeah.
It's out number 1 here in the 7th.
Big first out by Edco. Although, you know, the Don Bosco's big inning started with 2 outs, so they can't let up.
If you're looking ahead to Edco, in the bottom of the 7th inning, they'll send up 9-1-2, and Ava Hofer, Faith Dugan, and Caitlin Hahn. So Cambry Yoder is up to bat, the number 9 hitter. She's 1 for 2. You were mentioning that rally in the 5th inning for Don Bosco. Yoder started it with a base hit. She popped out in the 3rd, singled, and scored in the 5th inning. And with 1 out, Yoder takes the first pitch high. The count is 1-0. Echo Cedar, the 1-0 pitch. That ball's lined into center field. Moving over a step to the left is Hahn. Able to get underneath it. Hit well by Yoder. Gave it some drive. But it's caught by Hahn in center field. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th.
Yeah, Hahn didn't have to move too far for that one. So now let's see if Edco can finish this inning off. In the 5th inning, like we said, that's when Don Bosco had their big rally.
And that brings the top of the lineup with Elena Hellman up to bat. Hellman is 1 for 3, has struck out twice, but singled and scored in the 5th inning. But 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 7th inning, rather. And the first offering to Hellman takes it high. The count is 1-0. Vikings, certainly you would say, some good bounce in their step on the field defensively.
Yeah, the energy's changed a little bit in this game.
1-0 is the offering to Hellman. Echo Cedar getting the call. And Coach Echo Cedar now standing up instead of being on the ball bucket. Takes that pitch high. They check it to first base. She did not go. They were looking to see whether or not Hellman checked her swing, and she did. And the count is now 2-0.
Yeah, again, close.
So this is the part of the lineup for Don Bosco that has a hand in all 4 of their runs.
And they would really not want to face Nepper and McGarvey.
2-0 pitch and a good cut. She was challenged by Echo Cedar. Hellman misses it. The count is 2-1. Yeah, those are the top 2 hitters for Don Bosco. And Nepper, just a freshman, one of their top hitters.
Yeah, she's going to have a nice career.
2-1 offering, taking it high in a way is Hellman, and the count goes to 3-1. So trying to keep the bases clean here in the top of the 7th inning, as it will be Echo Cedar trying to work her way back. 3 balls and a strike. And now the 3-1 offering, and it's low outside. It is ball number 4. Again, Hofer just held it there for a second. It is a walk, but a 2-out base runner now here for Don Bosco. And Rachel Nepper, the catcher, is up to bat. Nepper is 1 for 3 in this ball game. Lined out to short, struck out in the 3rd, but singled in a run. And Charlie Yoder was the courtesy runner who later came in to score for them. So Nepper is 1 for 3. Waiting on deck is Kennedy McGarvey, who would be the top hitter for Don Bosco.
Yeah, so you want to get out of this right now if you're Edco.
If you're talking about Hellman stealing this year, 13 of 14 on the season. Time taken as Nepper steps out of the box. But with 2 outs, certainly you would think more of a threat to possibly run.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, you don't want to take the bat out of Nepper and possibly McGarvey's hands.
First pitch in the dirt, and a nice job by Hofer because that ball bounced about 10 feet in front of the dirt, front of home plate, stayed in the dirt, and she went down and kept it there out of the 5 hole. And Hellman takes it low Nepper takes it low for ball number 1. So now is the 1-0 offering. That pitch in the dirt again. And Nepper, nice job, or correction, I should say Hofer, a nice job as Nepper takes the second ball.
Yeah, Hofer done a nice job. 2 pitches in a row here, keeping it in front of her.
So 2-0, no sign yet of Hellman. getting off from first base. Eckelceder falling behind on back-to-back hitters here in the top of the 7th. And here's a fly ball. This is hit to right field. That is Kara Knipper, comes near the line in right field, able to get underneath it and easily make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So for Don Bosco, no runs, no hits, they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 4, Vikings will try to win it.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Edco will send up 9-1-2. Ava Hofer, Faith Dugan, Caitlin Hahn to lead things off. Addie Steenblock in her 7th inning of work. Been a tight ball game as it turns out. It looked like Don Bosco had control at 4-1, but Edco scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning on 3 hits. And it will be Hofer, who is 0-2, lined back to the mound and a strikeout victim to lead things off. Don Bosco trying to force extra innings. First pitch is a ball. The count is 1-0. Winner of this ball game goes to Wapsie Valley, coming up on Monday night at 7 o'clock. Wapsie beat Calamus-Wheatland 10-5. And the 1-0 pitch, taking a called strike on the outside, is Hofer, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Both these pitchers, they've just, again, matched each other, really pitch for pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them done a really nice job this afternoon.
Ball and a strike, 1-1 offering to Hofer. It's outside and away, and the count goes to now 2-1. Both pitchers have issued just 1 walk. Steenblock has struck out 7, and Eckelceder, by the way, has struck out 8. So here's the 2-1 pitch, popped up. That'll make it past us up the first base line. Matter of fact, it'll land right in front of us as it hit our canopy and bounced right to in front of us. And you wisely give it away to somebody for a foul ball. We could have taken a souvenir home.
Yeah. Maybe got myself a lolly if I take it to the concession stand.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch, taking the outside pitch for call number 3. Strikeout number, the strike number 3 there is Hofer. There's the 8th strikeout recorded by Steenblock. Our umpire gave it a little bit of a long look, but there's out number 1.
Yeah, again, these pitchers just do such a nice job working the corners.
Faith Dugan up to bat. Dugan is 0-3. Struck out twice, bounced back to the mound in the 6th inning. The pitch there is high, and the count is 1-0. But you've got the top of the lineup here. You've got your best batters up to bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, this is what you want if you're Edco. Chance to win it right here at the top of your lineup.
And 1-0. And the offering to Dugan pops it out of play. We'll do it again with the count of ball and a strike.
And Dugan's got some home run power, too.
Yep. Caitlin Hahn is waiting on deck. They hope to give Eckelceder a chance this inning as well. If you're talking about Dugan with those home run potential there, Dugan this year has a total of 6 home runs. A ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch, change up outside. It goes to 2 balls and a strike. And a rare 0-3 game right now for Dugan.
Yeah, so I'd say she's due. And if she can get on base, there's a good chance she steals as well.
2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 offering, and a pitch that is outside and away, and the count goes to 3-1 right now.
Got a hitter's count.
And Edco would love to get the speed of Dugan on the base paths here with the count at 3-1. So yes, 2-0, 3-1, those are the counts you're looking for. And here is now the 3-1 offering. Rise ball, and she chased it. A little bit high. She was looking for a pitch, though. And the count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think had the green light because she gave a hefty swing there. I think she could have been on first base if she holds off.
So the count goes to full at 3-2. Steenblock, the 3-2 pitch. It is outside. Called strike 3. Dugan caught looking. The 9th strikeout recorded by Steenblock, and it's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th.
And that's just a huge strikeout there by Steenblock.
That will bring up now Caitlin Hahn, the center fielder. Hahn is 2-for-3. She has singled twice and scored 2 runs and also stole a base. She's had 2 bunt singles. Takes the first pitch high. The count is 1-0. Needless to say, Alina Hellman is way in at third base.
Yeah, they're expecting a bunt here. And again, any way Hahn can get on with her speed, Eggleseder definitely could hit her in.
1-0 is the count. And again, here is Steenblock falling behind. 1-0 pitch, taking it outside is again Hahn, and the count is 2-0. So Caitlin Hahn, a junior. Edco, by the way, has no seniors on their roster. Whole bunch of juniors and freshmen.
Yep.
It's some 8th graders, too. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 offering to Hahn. Pops it up. That'll go out of play, though. It's 2 balls and a strike. She started to head towards first base, but that'll make it over the backstop. Rachel Eggleseder, the Vikings' top hitter, waits on deck. So 2 balls and a strike. Don Bosco trying to force extra innings here in the regional semifinal. 2-1 pitch, that's outside. Catches the corner on the outside. A little something off there from Steenblock. And the count goes now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Hahn, 2 balls and 2 strikes back into the box. And Steenblock, the 2-2 pitch. Hahn swings right through the drop ball on the outside. So Steenblock strikes out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th. We're still tied at 4.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling of Monona, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Gothenburg and Elkader, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop, harvest wisely. St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Gothenburg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at gothenburghospital.org. Top of the 8th inning, 4-4. It is Edco and Don Bosco with the Dons up here in the top of the 8th inning, and their leading hitter. Both teams in the same spot in the lineup, 3, 4, and 5 to lead things off. Kennedy McGarvey up to bat. McGarvey is 1 for 3. Strikeout victim in the first, doubled and scored in the 4th, safe on an error as part of a 3-run 5th inning for Don Bosco. So we play extra here in the 8th inning. First pitch to McGarvey, takes it outside. The count is 1-0. Edco in the same place in their lineup with Eggleseder, McKenna Hofer, and Chloe Everett due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we play on here in Farley. 1-0 to McGarvey now. And Eggleseder now with the 1-0 pitch. McGarvey bouncing ball, shortstop. That's Dugan. This is a long throw across the infield, and she wisely just eats it. That ball hit again to the 5.5 hole with McGarvey's speed, not able to get her. So Dugan thought better of it, and it's a leadoff single here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, if Everett can glove that, she's got a chance to get her, but just too deep in the hole for Dugan to make that play.
Maya Ortner is the designated player. Ortner is 2 for 2. She has singled twice, popped out to first base, and again drove in a run back in the 4th inning. The left-handed hitter, cleanup hitter, left-handed bat for Don Bosco. And let's see McGarvey, how aggressive they are with McGarvey on the base pass with the leadoff runner on. Coach Eggleseder continuing to yell out what he wants for his team, for his pitching situation. And they look to bunt. They take it. McGarvey off and running. Throw to second. Not in time. McGarvey with a great jump. And it was a pitch that was low to handle for Hofer. McGarvey steals second base as the pitch taken low for Ortner for ball number 1.
Yeah, it's a tough one to make the throw there when you get low like that.
So Ortner, 1-0 the count. Yeah, Hofer just had no chance that time to make the play. So they called the pitch a strike, actually. So the count is 0-1. And now the 0-1 offering, and pops it up. Third base, giving chases Everett. Everett in fair territory, able to straddle the bag and able to make the play there, taking a step behind the bag. Well played by Everett, able to get through that tough range that she was at there at third base, the tough situation, to make the play for out number 1.
Yeah, kind of a funny little hit off the handle, and she had to look out for the base, and the sun's shining at her, so nice play by Everett.
Natalie Miller is now up to bat. Miller is 0 for 3, safe on a fielder's choice. Lined out to first and popped out too short. The pitch is high. The count is 1-0. And if you're concerned about McGarvey trying to steal third, Everett is right on her toes at third base.
Yeah, it's again, she's got great speed, but stealing third is a different animal.
So the go-ahead run at second base, 1 out here, top of the 8th inning. And Eggleseder delivers the 1-1 pitch, swinging through the outside pitch. There is Miller. It's actually now 1-1. They did That last pitch there, corrected. 1-1 is the count. As the first pitch missed, that one a strike. 1-1. We're now evened up. So Ortner retired for out number 1. Paisley Parker is waiting on deck, the 6-hitter. Here's a ball that's popped up. Second baseman Eddie Smeltzer drifts near second base towards the edge of the infield. Able to get underneath it. Smeltzer makes the play as Miller pops out to second for out number 2.
Yeah, nice job by Smeltzer drifting over behind second. Easy fly ball, out number 2.
Paisley Parker is up to bat. Parker is 0 for 3. Safe on an air, struck out in the 4th, and bounced out to second. So a runner at scoring position here in the top of the 8th inning, for Don Bosco. And the first pitch there is a rise ball. The count is 1-0. Don Bosco has a total of 7 hits in this ball game. Edco, by the way, has a total of 6 hits in this game. So the similarities there, pretty close.
Pretty even game.
1-0 is the count. And the 1-0 offering to Miller. She takes it. It's a pitch on the inside, caught the corner. It goes to a ball and a strike. McGarvey getting a tremendous jump off of second base. I would think they'd try to send her even on the balls in the infield and will play to first base. They may like to send her.
They may. She's got great speed there.
1-1 offering, and that ball fouled out of play by Miller over the backstop. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 8th inning, Don Bosco scored a run in the 4th inning, 3 in the 5th to go up 4-1. Edco, after scoring a run in the 1st, answered with 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a ball and 2 strikes. The Vikings at one point down to their final 5 outs. Now the 1-2 offering, checking her swing and getting a piece of it is Parker. The pitch was a ball, but hit it off the nub of the bat, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2 the count. And we'll see what Eckelceder here really hasn't taken anything off any pitches working towards Parker. And the 1-2 pitch to Miller, I should say, bouncing ball right back to the mound. Eckelceder able to get it. It's actually Parker up to bat. After Miller was retired, Parker hits it back to the mound, fielded by Eckelceder. They throw it to first base to Kirby, and that ends the Don Bosco threat in the top of the 8th. No runs on a hit. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Vikings and Don Bosco tied here at 4.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 3, 4, and 5 up here for Edco. It'll be, once again, Rachel Eckelceder to lead things off, followed by McKenna Hofer and Chloe Everett. Eckelceder takes the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. Eckelceder is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Singled in the 4th inning, then hit by a pitch as part of that 3-run 6th inning. The first pitch was actually called a ball. This is a rise ball high. The count is 1-1. Our umpires had some long looks at a lot of pitches tonight.
Yeah, he's taking his time back there, but he's been consistent.
A ball and a strike evened up here to Eckelceder. And Steenblock, her 8th inning of work, 1-1 pitch. It's outside and called strike on the corner, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. This is, again, the heart of the lineup for Edco. In the bottom of the 8th inning, you keep on peeking ahead. If Don Bosco gets this game to the 8th, they send up 7, 8, 9. So the 1-2 pitch popped up in the infield. The pitcher, Steenblock, comes up the line, able to call for it there near the first base line. And Eckelceder pops out to first. It's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, big out for Don Bosco there.
McKenna Hofer is up to bat. Hofer has had a couple of big hits. She is 2 for 3 in this ball game. Singled in a run, bounced into a double play, but singled, and Vasky later scored what ended up being the tying run in the 6th inning. Takes the first pitch high. The count is 1-0. The one thing we never thought about or put a lot of thought into trying to do 2 games today is, what if the first game went extra innings?
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an end in sight here either.
Hofer takes the pitch outside, but it caught the corner, and it's a ball and a strike. Both teams have made the most of their opportunities. Both teams putting up 3 runs as their big inning so far. 1-1 pitch to Hofer. That ball's lined past a diving McGarvey at center field. It's in shortstop, rather, and in towards left center field. So the third hit of the ball game for Hofer. That is hit number 8 in the ball game now for Edco, and they've got a 1-out base runner here in the 8th.
Yeah, Hofer, that was a hard hit. Good thing the grass a little long in the outfield slowed that up and enabled the left fielder to cut it off before it got to the fence.
Chloe Everett is up to bat. Everett is 0 for 3, but put the ball into play in the 6th inning, which was huge. She was ended up being safe on an error and actually credited with driving in a run from third base. So Vasky comes in, and she will replace Hofer there as the courtesy runner.
And she's one of their speedsters.
Yep, Vasky with impressive steal stats this year, 39 of 41. First pitch, Everett takes it. It's a ball high. The count is 1-0. So the Vikings, Addie Smeltzer is waiting on deck. As Smeltzer, again, has a hit in this ball game as well. So the 5 spot for Edco's lineup, looking to continue this inning here with 1 out. First pitch was missed for a ball, 1-0 pitch. Everett takes it outside. They fake the throw. Nepper does to the first baseman Miller, but back in there standing up is Vasky. That was a called strike on the outside, and it's a ball into strike. The question is, if you are Edco, when do you send Vasky if they get to out number 2? Probably more of a threat.
Yeah, I think so.
1-1 the count. 1-1 offering. Everett takes it. She's off and running. Here's the throw to second base. She slides in safe and called safe there at second base. She slides in head first. McGarvey had the tag applied there, but Vasky got a great jump. Slides in head first, safe to second base on a pitch taken for a strike by Everett, and the winning run at second base now for the Vikings.
Yeah, great jump there by Vasky. Strong throw by Nepper. That was just a bang play.
And McGarvey right on top of the bag. Looked like she had the tag in time, but the head first slide was able to allow Vasky to get her hand to the bag in time. So here's the 1-2 pitch. Everett takes it. It's a called strike, 3 on the outside. That is strikeout number 11 recorded by Steenblock. And it's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, if you're Everett, you got to protect a little bit. Even if you hit a number from the right side, at least you can get that runner over to third base.
Addie Smeltzer is up to bat, the number 6 spot in the lineup. Smeltzer is 1 for 2. Lined out to second base, singled and walked. And the first pitch, Smeltzer takes it. It's a called strike on the outside. The count is 0-1.
Smeltzer's hit the ball hard tonight.
Yeah, that line drive was a nice play by Yoder to rob her of what would have been her second hit in the ball game. So 0-1 is now the count. And the runner at second base, tremendous speed there with Vasky. The 0-1 offering, and that ball swinging right through that pitch there is Smeltzer. Looking to drive the ball, but missed it. Count goes to 0-2. So 0-2, Steenblock gets ahead. She has struck out actually 4 of the last 5 batters, so seems to be getting stronger here in the later stages.
Yeah, absolutely.
0-2 is now the count. The 0-2 changeup, it's outside. Vasky trying to steal third. The throw, she slides in safe as the ball dropped by the third baseman Hellman. She had it swiped anyway. So Vasky steals third base. Not a bad throw by Nepper, but got a great jump, and the winning run 60 feet away.
Yeah, I think maybe caught the third baseman a little bit by surprise there. She was not sprinting back to the bag, so she had to try and get back there and catch the ball at the same time.
So the count is 1-2 now here. 2 once again to the batter in Smeltzer. 1-2 pitch, pops it up, right field, giving chase is Sam Schmitz on the run, makes the play, jumps up and down with excitement, and she should. She tracked it down towards the corner in right field, and that does it for the Vikings. No runs a hit. We play on. We go to the 9th. Edco and Don Bosco are tied at 4. Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Furniture Showcase and Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Myers Auto Service in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. Now to the top of the 9th inning. We are tied at 4. 7-8-9 to up here for Don Bosco in the top of inning number 9. Edco put a runner on third base in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Smeltzer gave it a ride towards the right field corner. But a nice play made defensively by Don Bosco. First pitch to Schmitz, it's high. The count is 1-0. In this game, Schmitz is over 2, a sacrifice bunt, popped out to short, popped out to first base. So Don Bosco's bottom of the lineup trying to give him a chance. And here's a bouncing ball. Shortstop, Dugan gets it. Nice throw to first base. Kirby a good stretch there. And Schmitz bounces out to short. It's 1 up and 1 down here in the 9th.
Good job by Kirby picking that thing out of the line there.
Audrey Tomey is up to bat. Tomey is the number 8 hitter. Tomey is 0 for 3 in this ball game. She has struck out 3 times in this game. So looking to put the ball into play here in the top of the 9th inning. As Echo Cedar works here now with Cambry Yoder on deck. Here's a pop-up, second base, going back, able to get underneath it easily as Smeltzer. First pitch, Tomey chased it, popped it out to second base, and it's 2 up and 2 down here quickly in the 9th inning.
Yeah, Edco looking for a quick inning here, trying to get back to the bats and see if they can win the game in the bottom of the 9th.
And in the bottom of the 9th inning, Edco will send up, by the way, 7, 8, and 9. Both these teams continue to be in the same spot in the lineup. So 2 quick outs. Cambry Yoder, who started the rally for them in the 5th inning, is up to bat. She is 1 for 3 and fouls that one out of play. The count is 0-1. Yoder popped out to second, singled, and again, Don Bosco scored their 3 runs, if you remember, with 2 outs. They had nobody on in 2 outs and ended up scoring 3 runs. And Yoder was the one that started it as she singled and scored. Yoder also flew out to center field. So the count is 0-1, though our scoreboard is behind. 0-1 pitch, popped up out of play again. We'll do it. At 0-2 now the count. Again, Wapsie Valley advancing. They played a 1 o'clock game this afternoon. They beat Calamus-Wheatland by a score of 10-5 to advance. And whoever goes to this ball game on Monday night, I would say both teams should be well tested, huh?
Absolutely.
2 outs. Yoder looking at an 0-2 count. Eckelceder has struck out 8, by the way, in her 8 and 2/3 innings of work. 0-2 is now the count. The 0-2 offering fouled back again. Hanging tough there is Yoder. So it remains at 0-2. Again, right after this ball game, we'll actually wrap things up real quick.
Yeah.
It will basically be game over and move on.
We'll be tearing down.
We were actually hoping to maybe be making our way towards Dyersville at about this time, but that ain't going to work out. 0-2 is now the count. So Eckelceder, the 0-2 pitch, and taking it outside away is Yoder, and it goes to a ball in 2 strikes. Couldn't work out any better for us today, having the girls' game here in Farley, the softball game, the baseball game at Dyersville. A ball in 2 strikes, and certainly our first game, absolutely entertaining. A ball in 2 strikes now, and the offer to Yoder, a pop-up, right field, giving chase is going to be Nepper. Now the second baseman, Smeltzer, cuts in front of her, and the ball goes off her glove and into foul territory. So it'll go as a base hit for Yoder. As that ball, Smeltzer went a long ways to get it. There's some communication there between the two after the play. It's Nepper's ball in all likelihood. Smeltzer, great speed to get to it near the line, but it popped off her glove, and that'll be a 2-out base runner for Don Bosco.
Yeah, I didn't think there any way Smeltzer would get that far, but Knipper probably should have called her off a little sooner.
And that will get you to the top of the lineup here in Elena Hellman with 2 outs. Hellman is 1 for 3. She has struck out twice, but singled in the 5th inning and scored. The pitch swings right through it there. The count is 0-1. She also walked in the 7th. So now Don Bosco with 2 outs with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, this is kind of how it happened in that 5th inning.
An error charged on that play, and that's a tough error for Smeltzer because it would have been a good play. So 0-1 is the count to Hellman. 0-1 pitch, takes it high. It goes to a ball and a strike. So back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 9th inning for Don Bosco. Nepper, McGarvey, the 2 and 3 hitters. This is the part of the lineup that's factored into basically all of their runs tonight. And second base, you have good speed there with Cambry Yoder. The offering, taking it high and away, is Hillman. And the count now goes to, I believe, 2 balls and a strike.
I have it at 2-1, but the scoreboard's a little behind.
And it's 2-1, yep. That's what our umpire has, our home plate umpire. He signaled that to the Don Bosco dugout. That's why we had a better look at it. 2-1 pitch to Hellman. It is high and away. The count now 3-1. So Uncle Cedar is going to have to work her way back.
Yeah, and I think you want to get Hellman here. You don't want to face Nepper and McGarvey.
Yeah, Nepper had the big base hit in the 5th inning as well to drive in a run. 3-1 is the count. 3-1 offering. She looks to bunt and follows it up against the backstop. Not a bad idea. 3-1. Looking to put it on the ground and try to race things to first base, but the count now goes to full.
And she did have a bunt base hit in that 5th inning when they had their big innings.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's likely off the table with the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Eckelceder, the 3-2 pitch. It is high. It is ball number 4. So that is the second walk issued by Eckelceder. There's runners on second and first with 2 outs. And Rachel Nepper, the number 2 hitter, the catcher, is up to bat. Nepper is 1 for 4, lined out to short where she was robbed of a hit, struck out in the third, singled in a run in the 5th inning. Yoder came in, Charlie Yoder came in as the courtesy runner and later scored, and Nepper flew out to right field in her last at-bat. So either way, you're Don Bosco. You've gotten to the place in the lineup where you want to be.
Yep, this is exactly what they wanted. They got first and second. They got their best hitters coming up here. They've got a chance to get a lead and then try and hold on in the bottom of the ninth.
All right, it is once again Coach Huber for Edco taking time out here to have a conversation with the entire infield and how they're going to work, again, the hitter in this situation and where you're going defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Just calm everyone down. Hey, we've got 2 outs, force at any base, so if you're on the infield, absolutely knock it down and then make the play.
So second and first. And again, you've got good speed on the base paths. And one of the top hitters up for Don Bosco. Coach Huber has a conversation with our home plate umpire, and this may be about visits to the mound.
Could be.
You know, because it makes another visit. You may have to make a pitching change, so they'll obviously stay away from that.
Yeah.
So Rachel Nepper on the season, batting .377. And is one of the team leaders for them RBI-wise with 22. Second base is Cambry Yoder, and Delana Hellman is at first base. So back to the mound after the conversation ends at the mound, and here is the first pitch to, once again, Nepper, and it's a strike on the outside, and the count is 0-1. She was taking an outside pitch that moved away.
Yeah, good job by Eckelceder getting ahead here.
0-1 is the count. And again, Eckelceder gets the call, steps back to the mound, and set to deliver. Here is your 0-1 offering, pitch down low, and again, good job by Hofer in the dirt. Hofer's had an outstanding glove back behind the plate, playing goalie back there.
Yeah, she's done that a number of times, keeping the ball in front of her and usually gloving it clean.
1-1 is the count. And again, Eckelceder gets the call from the dugout and ready to deliver now the 1-1 pitch. And that pitch low and outside. Count goes to 2-1. So Eckelceder falls behind here on the 2-hitter.
Well, and I think Nepper's going to see a good pitch to hit because you do not want to load the bases for McGarvey.
2 balls and a strike. As the intensity just kind of heightens as the game moves on here into the 9th inning. 2-1, and now stepping out of the box will be Nepper. So rethinks what she's looking to see. Here's now the 2-1 offering. A rise ball, and she swings right through it. Challenged by Eckelceder, but a ball that was tailing up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count.
Yeah, that was a really nice rise ball. Started over the heart of the plate, just kept really rising up to her shoulders.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And again, second and first. You don't want to go 3-2 to give the runners an extra step as well. So it has to happen right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch. Popped up, a major league pop-up into foul territory. Goes the third baseman, Everett. She'll make the play halfway up the line for the third out of the inning. She communicated well with Hofer, and that does it for Don Bosco in the top of the 9th. No runs, no hits. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Still tied at 4.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Northern Country Co-op and Via Field are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Vikings will try to win it here, and they'll stand up the bottom of the lineup. Lauren Kirby, Kara Knipper, and Ava Hofer. So Kirby is 1 for 3 in this ball game. Bounced back to the mound, popped out to short, and a single. So for Edco, 4 runs in this ball game. They have a total of 7 hits. They have committed 4 errors defensively. Meanwhile, for Don Bosco has 4 runs in this ball game, and they have a total of 7 hits, and they have committed 1 error defensively. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, Kirby to lead things off, follows the first pitch back. The count is 0-1. There is a second game tonight that's scheduled here at West Delaware, and that will be at 7 o'clock at Western Dubuque, as we were in West Delaware the other night. But Western Dubuque takes on Charles City at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to start seeing some of their fans pretty soon.
0-1 pitch, it's upstairs, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. We may be getting to the point where we may see the teams showing up soon.
Yeah.
So 1-1 is the count as Kirby leads things off in the bottom of the ninth inning. And here is the offering from Steenblock. Popped up, shallow right field, but a long ways to go. Calling up for it is the right fielder Schmitz, but it falls in front of her. She called for it late, but couldn't get to it. Kirby bloops one into shallow right field, and the leadoff runner on here in the ninth.
Yeah, long way for Yoder to go, long way for Schmitz to go, and just neither one of them could quite get there.
Kara Nipper is up to bat now, the number 8 hitter. And coming in to run, by the way, was going to be Eva Vasky. Now, I think they need to introduce her first, but Vasky can enter here. Again, she was the courtesy runner, so this is where she's entering the ball game for Kirby. And if you go to the 10th inning, then you just re-enter Kirby.
Yep, absolutely.
But this will do it for Vasky as far as running opportunities in this ball game. And she reached base, came in as a courtesy runner in the 8th inning and stole second base. And great to have that speed available with the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 9th inning, the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, get that leadoff batter on. I'm kind of betting we see a bunt here.
Kara Knipper is up to bat, the 8th spot in the lineup. I would almost expect it. And she squares the bunt, takes it high, and it sails over the head of the catcher, Knipper. It's a wild pitch. So that moves the runner into scoring position. Now you have Edco probably looking to bunt her to third.
Yeah, I think she's still going to be squaring to bunt here, and if you can get her to third with one out, that's big.
So Knipper squared to bunt. The pitch was high, a wild pitch. The first wild pitch thrown in this game from Steenblock puts the winning run over to second base. 1-0 is the count. The 1-0 pitch, she is not bunting, but takes the pitch, drop ball away outside for a strike. The count is 1-1.
Yeah, maybe they're going to let Knipper try to drive her in.
Again, this is the 8th spot in the lineup. Edco looks like they'll have a chance at least to get back to the top of the lineup perhaps. 1-1 offering, popped up out of play. That'll make it up by us on the first base side. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Now you're definitely going to let her try and drive her in.
Steenblock, who has been very good with the strikeouts tonight with 11, could really use one here. And 1-2 is now the count.
If you're Knipper, just put the ball on the ground anywhere.
A 1-2 offering, takes it outside, away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anything to the right side of the infield, you move the runner over to third base there. Anything to the left side of the infield, it's a look-and-one situation for them defensively. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering popped up. This is to the shortstop, McGarvey. Goes to the edge of the infield. And again, the left fielder says, I'll stay away. That's McGarvey calling for it. And she's able to make the play in shallow left field. So Knipper pops out to short in what is out number 1.
Yeah, it's probably, again, the left fielder's ball there. But McGarvey just being the captain, just taking charge.
Yeah, kind of like Kelly and the Bad News Bears. Just get to whatever you can get to, you go ahead.
That's her ball, yep.
Ava Hofer is up to bat. She is 0 for 3. Line back to the mound softly. Struck out twice. Vasky at second base. The pitch is high. The count is 1-0. Top of the lineup with Faith Dugan waiting on deck. So the Vikings put the number 7 hitter on with Kirby's blue base hit. Kirby, by the way, her second hit of the ball game. As the 1-0 offering, it is a drop on. It goes by the catcher again in Knipper. That's going to be a pass ball. That was a pitch that just got away from her, and that moves Vasky over to third base now with 1 out.
Yeah, now this is a whole new situation here because now third base, a lot of things can happen. You start thinking about squeeze, safety squeeze, pass balls, fly balls deep into the outfield tag, and there are a lot of ways you can score from third base.
And time taken here by Knipper, the catcher, to go out and talk with Steenblock there. And maybe a little miscommunication there between signs, but that one was a pass ball.
Yeah, it could have been. Knipper should have had that one probably.
And it was a pitch, a drop ball going away. I get that. But Vasky's at third base now, and if you're Don Bosco, you have to bring the infield in here.
Yep.
And the only one that stays a step back is McGarvey, and again, you understand that.
Yeah, she's got this arm to be a little bit back.
2-0 is the count, and here's a pop-up into foul territory. Coach Eckelceder on the first base side. The assistant coach dances out of the way of that one. Miller gave it chase, but out of her reach, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, and that's the thing when you've got your infield in, too. Those little bloopers, there's a little bit more room for those bloopers to get over the infield.
2 balls and a strike. Weighing in at third base is Hellman, by the way, as if you may see a bunt attempt. The 2-1 pitch to Hofer. She bunts, misses it. Off and running on the play was Vasky at third, but she holds up. Again, with third base being vacated. Vassy could extend it there, but yeah, they were looking to bunt there, and it was going to be a safety squeeze type play.
Absolute safety squeeze there. She did follow that off, but not able to get that down.
2 balls and 2 strikes is the count, so she did get a piece of it.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes now, and the 2-2 pitch. Rise ball swinging right through it is Hofer. Strikeout number 12 by Steenblock, and it's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 9th. And we mentioned this last time Faith Dugan was up. Likely due.
Yeah.
Dugan is 0 for 4 in this ball game, a rarity.
3 strikeouts, so yeah, she's due, and this would be the time for it if you're Faith Dugan.
Back to the top of the lineup for Edco. Winning run is at third base. The offering, and it's a bouncing ball. Gloved by the third baseman, Hellman to her left. The throw to third, it is in time. Hit right on the knob and fielded there over at third base by Hellman. Got the nice high hop to handle, and that does it for the Vikings in the bottom of the 9th. We play on. We go to the 10th inning now, and we are tied at 4.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Nutrient Ag Solutions in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot Liquidation Center in Petersburg, Edgewood Farm and Home, Edgy Megs, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Forever Cabinets by Kendrick, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Woods Edge Golf Course, 4 Scoops and More in Colesburg, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Bloom's Flowers Gifts and More in Edgewood, and J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. Now in the top of the 10th inning, it'll be Kennedy McGarvey, Maya Ortner, Natalie Miller, 3, 4, and 5 now in the Don Bosco lineup. In the top of the 10th inning, if you look ahead to the bottom of the 10th inning, it will be Edco standing up 2, 3, and 4. And for Don Bosco here in the top of the 10th, 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup. McGarvey is 2 for 4. In this ball game, struck out in the first, doubled in the 4th and scored, safe on a hard hit ball that was an error, and also singled in the 8th inning. Hits a high fly ball to center field. That ball is over the head of Hahn. It's going to be extra bases. Hahn took a step in. McGarvey goes around second. She will not break stride. They'll go to third, and they're looking to wave her around, but they put on the brakes late. It's a triple to the deepest part of the park. Hahn took a step in and realized she had no opportunity. And the go-ahead run is at third base now here for Don Bosco after a triple by McGarvey to start things out. And time taken here by Coach Huber heading to the mound for Edco. And you have up to bat now Maya Ortner, the designated player up to bat. Both these teams have used their conferences just absolutely at the right times.
Absolutely, yeah, and good job by Coach Huber settling everyone down. Obviously they're going to try and get out of this without that run scoring, but if it does score, the game's not over. You still got 2, 3, 4 in your lineup coming up as well.
So again, the go-ahead run now at third base with nobody out. We are in the 10th inning here of this ball game. Both teams have taken advantage of when they had the chance to put together big innings. They did that in this ball game, but otherwise everything else has been a fight.
Yep.
And again, you have the left-handed bat of Ortner up to bat, followed by Natalie Miller, then Paisley Parker, that is. So 4, 5, and 6 here. McGarvey is going to be certainly moving, I would think, on contact to anywhere else except for third.
Yeah.
And Edco, not necessarily in, I would say up the middle. They're in at first and certainly in at third, but playing normal depth, maybe a step in at second base. And again, Ortner is now up to bat. And the first offering after the huddle on the mound. First one pitch to Ortner, first pitch is outside, and the count goes to 1-0. That's, again, an opportunity here with the heart of the lineup. That's all you can ask for if you're Don Bosco.
Yeah, and what a great start. Your captain with that triple, a good chance to get her in.
And here is the offering. Ortner takes it. It misses away, and the count goes to 2-0. Again, we are in the 10th inning of our softball game, and we still have a baseball game yet to go. So Eckelceder trying to somehow, with 2 outs, get to 2 outs there and try to keep that runner at third base. Here's a called strike. Taking outside was Ortner. Count goes to 2-1, but there's nobody out right now.
Right. We know she can strike girls out, and this would be the time for it.
Absolutely. As far as strikeouts in this ball game, Eckelceder has struck out 8. 2 2-1 is the count. 2-1 offering. Ortman bouncing ball. Second baseman. They hold McGarvey. Got a nice hop to handle. She goes on the throw to first base and slides in safe. One hopper to Smeltzer. Smeltzer did look at the runner, but McGarvey never committed to go back to third base. When the throw went to first, McGarvey took off for home. She slides in safe easily before the tag, and Don Bosco now leads 5-4.
Yeah, good job by McGarvey. She held, when Schmelzer looked at her. She didn't go, but once that she saw she was going to first base, she took off for home.
And again, up to bat now is Natalie Miller. Miller in this ball game is 0 for 4, so Don Bosco with the lead, 5-4 here in the top of the 10th inning. First pitch to Miller, fouls it out of play. The count is 0-1. Miller, safe on a fielder's choice, lined out to first, popped out to short, and popped out to second. One out here, though, in the top of the 10th inning. Again, the Vikings will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 10th. So Don Bosco's going to have to go through the heart of their lineup. 0-1 pitch, and it's a line shot into left center field, and that's going to hit the alley. It's extra bases. Base hit for Miller. She actually, because of Hahn tracking down the ball, quickly got it into the infield, and after a wide turn at first base, Miller hustles back to first base and only held to a single.
I tell you what, that grass is thick and long out there. The ball does not roll once it gets into that grass.
And that was an outstanding job by Hahn cutting it off there in left center field. So that brings up Paisley Parker, the left fielder. Parker is 0 for 4. Safe on an error, struck out in the 4th, bounced out to second in the 6th, and bounced back to the mound in the 8th. And I believe Don Bosco is going to bring in here. And this is a pinch runner situation for Miller. So Miller, it will be number 10, and that is Charlie Yoder. That, by the way, is one of their top courtesy runners, but now she enters the game as a base runner.
Yeah, same deal as Vasky for Edco the last inning.
And you absolutely agree with these decisions because it's been so tough to find opportunities in this game. So you have Yoder taking over, Charlie Yoder, who scored a run earlier when she was courtesy running for Rachel Nepper. First pitch there is offered. It is a strike, and the count is 0-1. So Paisley Schmitz up to bat here now with one out. And Eckelceder, after the substitution is announced, will work with the count a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. Eckelceder with a runner at first base. 1-1 pitch. It is low and inside. The count goes to 2-1. Again, following the conclusion of this ball game, it's basically going to be unplug and run.
Yeah.
So we got to get to Dyersville for a baseball game tonight, but not before this one finishes. This has been a great ball game in a regional semifinal. One of these teams will go to Wapsie Valley coming up on Monday night. Here is the 2-1 pitch, fouled back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eckelceder is in her 10th inning of work. These pitchers have worked hard in this ball game tonight. And it is Don Bosco leading 5-4 here now in the 10th.
Yeah, both these pitchers are going to be tired and sleep well tonight.
At first base again is Charlie Yoder, but getting ahead on the count, even up the count I should say now, is Eckelceder. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Eckelceder now, the 2-2 pitch, they look to bunt. They're sending Yoder, the throw to second from Hofer. It is not in time. They bluff the bunt, pulled things back for ball number 3. Yoder off and going. She is 19 of 20 stolen base-wise, and now 20 of 21 as she steals to move into scoring position.
Yeah, great job by Yoder getting down to second base, and if Don Bosco can get another run, now that really changes things.
So Paisley Parker took the pitch, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And how about that with a 2-2 count? She squared to bunt just to add some protection for her runner.
Yep, just to get the defense thinking and helped her get the steal.
3-2 pitch. It is inside. It is ball number 4. So that is a walk issued by Eckelceder. That is the 3rd walk issued by Eckelceder. Each one of them coming in the top of the 7th inning, one in the 9th, and one in the 10th. So now there's runners on second and first here with one out, and Sam Schmitz is the right fielder up to bat. Schmitz, a sacrifice bunt, and has also struck out twice. Takes the first pitch for a strike. The count is 0-1. So runners on second and first with one out here in the top of the 10th inning. And we'll await their offering here. And again, with runners on second and first, it is going to be Eckelceder delivering the 0-1 pitch inside. Caught the corner, though. Well-located pitch. Count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, this would be a great time to get a strikeout if you're Rachel Eckelceder here.
So, again, at the plate is the number 7 hitter in the lineup in Sam Schmitz. And 0-2 the count. The 0-2 offering, swinging. Oh, get a piece of it. Just got a piece of it to hang. Had a cut on the rice ball there. Just got enough of it to hang alive.
Just enough to give her another shot here.
So the count remains at 0-2. And once again, second and first base. Still one out in the 10th inning. It was McGarvey who started it out with a triple. Here is now your 0-2 offering, and swinging through the drop ball, there is Parker. Much needed strikeout for Eccleston. Her 9th strikeout of the ball game. And with 2 outs now, that brings up Audrey Tomey, the center fielder.
Yeah, big strikeout there, and chance for Edco to get out of here with only needing 1 run to tie in the 10th.
So Audrey Tomey is up to bat. She is 0 for 4 in this ball game with runners on second and first. 5-4, the Dons lead here in the top of the 10th. Pitch there, swinging through it is Tomey, and the count is 0-1. When we went through pronunciations with the coaching staff for Don Bosco, Coach Christensen said, Tomey, good enough.
Yep.
Close enough.
Said he's heard some different pronunciations.
So we're going with Tomey, I guess. 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 offering, they look to bunt, trying to stab at it there, though, was Tomey, could not get to it, and the count is 0-2. They figure her best chance is to put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, she's kind of struggled tonight at the plates. Quite a few strikeouts, I believe.
And so Tomey is 0 for 4 in this ball game. You still got Yoder at second. At first base is Parker. So the count is 0-2. Eccleston delivers the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside. Back-to-back K's to win it in the top of the 10th. Gives Eccleston her 10th strikeout of the ball game. But we now go to the bottom of the 10th. Vikings will try to get a run to continue it, try to win it with 2. Back with more high school softball after this.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmers.realfood.realmeat.com.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned, and Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank, we're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
Thank you.
So we now go here to, once again, the bottom of the 10th inning, and it will be 2, 3, and 4 for Edco to lead things off here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Caitlin Hahn takes the first pitch, looks to bunt, went after it. Did they say she committed to it? She did not. She pulled things back, and the count is 1-0. Hahn, Eccleston, oh, by the way, they change it now to a strike. As Hahn, Eccleston, and Hofer do up to bat. Hahn is 2 for 4. She was looking to bunt. She's done that twice for hits. 2 for 4 in this ball game. Also flew out to right field and struck out, but she has 2 base hits in the ball game. So the pitch is 0-1. They say she attempted at the again bunt attempt. So 0-1 pitch, and the 0-1 pitch looks to bunt again, got a piece of it, fouled it back, and the count is now 0-2. Hahn as good as anybody. Just think if she was left-handed.
Yeah, it's something I might think about working on if I'm Caitlin Hahn in the offseason.
0-2 is the count. She's gotten bunts down as a right-handed batter twice and legged them out, but now the count is 0-2. 0-2 offering takes it away. The count is 1-2. Vikings trail 5-4 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. They'll need a run to keep their season alive here in the regional semifinal. The 1-2 offering takes it outside, misses away, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. I would say our home plate umpire right now on every call has one side or the other they don't agree with because of the significance at this point.
Yep, he's going to hear about every pitch.
2-2 pitch. Hahn swings right through the outside pitch. Strikeout number 13 recorded by Steenblock, and it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, big out for Don Bosco. That first one's always big, and getting that number 2 hitter's big.
Rachel Eccleston is up to bat. Eccleston in this ball game is 1 for 4. Struck out, singled, hit by a pitch, and also popped out to the pitcher. First pitch, and She lines that ball into left field. It's a base hit. And the ball scoots by just a step from Parker at left field. She's able to get it back in, but Eckelceder with a base hit. And now the tying run on the base paths here for the Vikings. And again, you will see a courtesy runner brought in. It will be Deers, who's still eligible to run for Eckelceder.
Yeah, she hasn't checked into the game yet, so just have a courtesy runner situation here.
And you still have good speed on the base paths, though, in Deers. Though Vasky, and this is what kind of happens as you go into a longer ball game, you start to lose some players. Vasky is unavailable to enter this ball game anymore because she entered as a pinch runner. The courtesy runner there, one of the two courtesy runners there for Edco. So McKenna Hofer, and Hofer has been huge in this ball game. Takes the first pitch outside. The count is 1-0. Hofer is 3 for 4. Has singled in 2 runs. Vasky replaced her as a courtesy runner, and she later scored. But she has had 3 key hits in this ball game.
Yeah, she and Schmelzer have hit the ball the hardest for Edco.
1-0 is the count. 1-0 pitch. It's outside and low, and the count goes to 1. Correction there. Now 2-0 is the count. Steenblock has only allowed here, as far as base hit-wise, the last 3 innings. That is the first hit, actually the second hit she's allowed. Pitch outside, called strike there. And again, she nibbled at the outside. The count goes to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike with first base in Deers. Deers is 6 of 6 stolen base-wise. Not likely to run here. Here's a ball that is lined off the glove of Steenblock, but right to McGarvey, who flips it to second base, and safe there at second base is going to be Deers. Well, that speed helped out there. McGarvey hesitated because she had the second baseman Yoder covering the bag, and it was just about a 3-foot toss. She maybe could have stepped on the bag for the force. Instead, everybody is safe.
Yeah, she was a little indecision there because she was so close that she could almost step on it, but yet the second baseman was there to cover. That just split second of indecision cost him an out.
And Deers down sliding as she should be. So runners on second and first. Chloe Everett is up to bat. Everett is 0 for 4, but she had one of the key hits in this ballgame, or the key at-bats, where she put the ball into play with runners on second and third and ended up tying the game. She takes his first pitch for a strike outside. The count is 0-1. Hofer stays in at first base. Remember, her courtesy runner Vasky is we mentioned earlier, out of the ball game there.
Yep.
As she had entered as a pinch runner, which took her away as a courtesy runner. The 0-1 offering takes the pitch high. The count goes to a ball and a strike. Edco down 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Did not go down quietly. They continue to fight here in the bottom of the 10th.
Yep, they got that tying run in scoring position again.
1-1 is now the count to Everett. The 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball. Second baseman knocked down by Yoder, but she keeps it right by her. Low throw to first base. Miller digs it out there, and that's out number 2. But everybody moves over. Well played by Cambry Yoder at second base for the second out. Addie Smeltzer comes up to bat. 2 outs, the tying run at third, the winning run at second base.
Yeah, that was a great scoop by the first baseman there because a little bit of, again, Yoder hurried that throw. She did a nice job stopping it and knocking it down, but she hurried it and it was low, so good scoop by the first baseman.
Addie Smeltzer is 1 for 3 in this ball game. Lined down to second, singled in the 5th, walked in the 6th, flew out to right field, and she gave that ball a ride to right field in the bottom of the 8th inning. We will see a pinch runner now that they're in second base in scoring position. It will be Jenna Hamann as a pinch runner here for the catcher Hofer. So if they get to the 11th inning, they would just bring her back into the ballgame on the reentry.
Yep, and she would be the winning run here.
Addie Smeltzer is the number 6 hitter in the lineup. First pitch to Smeltzer, takes it high. The count is 1-0. Second and third, first base is open. And Lauren Kirby's on deck, but Kirby is 2 of 4 in this ballgame. So Edco here, Smeltzer trying to keep things going. The 1-0 offering takes it outside, and the count now goes to 2-0.
Yeah, Schmelzer's hit the ball as hard as anyone this game, but Lauren Kirby's also had a couple hits, so I don't know if you want to put her on.
Deers at second. Vasky is at first. 2-0 is the count to Eddie Smeltzer, who calls time as she gets back into the box. And here is the 2-0 pitch. It is low and knocked down there by Nepper, keeping it in front. But the count now goes to 3-0 right now.
And now you might just put her on because her run doesn't mean anything. You get a force everywhere. I think I just put her on first base.
Let's see how they approach things with the count at 3-0. And again, here is the offering. 3-0 pitch. They work to her right down the strike zone, right down the middle of the plate. Count is 3-1. Smeltzer taking all the way.
Yeah, I still think I put her on because her run doesn't mean anything. Why not get a force play at every base?
Still looking at a great count at 3 balls and a strike. And knowing the way she drove the ball towards right field her last at-bat. 3-1 pitch. It is high. It is ball number 4. So they walk Smeltzer. Bases are now loaded for Edco here in the bottom of the 10th. That is just the second walk issued by Steenblock, and that brings up now here Lauren Kirby with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
And the only problem with that walk is now you cannot walk Kirby.
Yep, Kirby is 2 for 4, singled to start out the bottom of the 9th. First pitch to Kirby, takes it outside, it's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Bases loaded, 5-4, bottom of the 10th. What a regional semifinal today.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much more of a game than this one.
At third base is Deers. Hamann at second base represents the winning run. Runner at first base right now is Kirby. Or correction there, I should say Smeltzer. Pitch is high, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. The other thing, if you're Steenblock in this situation, you don't dare want to go to 3 balls at all on the hitter.
Right, even, full count gets you a head start.
1-1 pitch, it is high, and the count goes to 2-1, and again, Nepper able to save that from being a wild pitch, and she'll take time to go out to talk with her pitcher.
Yeah, good job here by Nepper, settling your 8th grader down. She's getting a little wild, probably nerves are getting up there again, so settle her down, have her throw strikes.
Lost in this pitching performance is the fact that she is just an 8th grader.
Yeah.
So the base is loaded here, 2 balls and a strike to Kirby. Kirby is the number 7 hitter in the Vikings lineup. So the bottom of the lineup trying to keep this season going for the Vikings. 2 balls and a strike. And here is now your 2-1 offering, and that pitch high. It is ball number 3. So the count goes to 3-1 now here.
Yeah, now again, a walk ties this game up.
And time taken by Coach Huber. Actually, she now takes time to call her hitter back. She's just yelling out the signs there. And with the count 3-1, she wants, again, Kirby to be sure of what they've got going on there.
Yep.
So the bases are loaded. 3 balls and a strike. Big trouble here for Don Bosco. 3-1 pitch. She delivers a strike right across. It's a strike. Heading to first base is going to be Kirby, but it's a strike. Again, our home plate umpire could quicken things up a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little late with those calls, but now the runners are going to get a head start here too. So if she is able to get a hit, that gives Jenna Hamann a chance to score from
So
second.
3 balls, 2 strikes, start the carousel. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th inning. Here is now the 3-2 pitch, and swinging through the outside pitch, there is Kirby, and that does it for Edco. A heartbreaking loss in the regional semifinals. The Vikings come up short. They lose 5-4 in 10 innings. With the win, Don Bosco improves to 21-13. They'll go to Wapsie Valley coming up on Monday night. For Edco, trying to get back to the state tournament, they come up short. 32-8 is their record. 5-4 in 10 innings. What a ball game.
Yeah, just a tremendous ball game by both teams. It's a shame someone had to lose that one.
This strikeout is the 14th strikeout by Addie Steenblock, and Don Bosco wins by a final score of 5-4. That'll wrap up our broadcast. Normally we talk to coaches. The good news is Edco doesn't have any seniors. They got everybody coming back.
Yep.
But we normally like to talk to the coaches, get their thoughts on the seniors there. We got another game to get to. We got to get over to Dyersville for our second game tonight with MFL Marmac and Beckman baseball. Again, our final score, 5-4. It is Don Bosco defeating Edco. You've been listening to high school softball from KCTN Sports.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.